I'm not muted today. At least I don't think so. Nice. Looks like it's going through. Let's start off the day right here. Wow, I didn't even get it big at all. Dude, man, immediately nuked it. What up? Fish with 40 streams in a row. I don't know how you don't miss one. I think it's insane. Can I gank you? Yes. May you gank me? Yes. You can do both. You can and may. Hello, chat. I have baklava. I have a delicious confectionery I'm going to eat. I also have a cup of piping hot, actually not really piping hot anymore, coffee that I'm going to drink at 8 p.m. Because fuck you, that's why. Come at me, bro. Delicious. I want some samosas.
Docking request accepted.
Well, god damn. What's up, Chris Docs? How you doing? I literally just turned my stream on. I don't have my face on yet. Hope you had a fun time streaming, though. Coffee at 8 p.m. Good luck trying to sleep tonight. Well, I'll have you know, last night I had an energy drink at midnight. Shut up, Blitz. I'm feeling awfully called out. Stream on, well, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Absolute pleasure.
Use your prime people.
Absolute pleasure to see y'all. Shout out to Chris Docs for the raid. Raids are always kind of neat because, you know, the more the merrier, right? Albino Bob at the Prime, thank you. He says use your Prime people. Use it on Chris Docs, not me. Nice shirt, man. Thank you. Thank you. I had this big coat on before. I'm like, God, I'm about to start sweating. So I just went t-shirt style. Let me say hello to the people in the back. For those that don't know, I have this weird obsession with greeting people. I know, it's kind of cringe, but I like it. And I suppose what I'm learning about streaming is that if you like something, you should do it as a streamer. Second guessing yourself, ooh, wouldn't wish it on anyone. Bob says, I love your music both here and in Nomads. Hell yeah. This is the Chill Hop playlist, the the Winter 2025 playlist. The Winter playlist tends to be a little bit more wispy, a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more on the brighter side of the frequency spectrums, and obviously the summer is a little bit more party style. Oh. Freya, what's up? Mandy's here. I'm going to go through and greet all of you friendly faces. I'll be streaming for a couple hours. Probably not going to be streaming forever today. Sorry. But I do have a Vital Core Reservoir I can maybe chip at unless somebody chases me off. So that could be good for a couple hours. Yeah. Bob says, my favorite thing to do is to watch a stream while drinking whiskey. It's so soothing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't even know, like, you know, it's like all the time I'm tempted to like talk about the perspectives of my chatters. Like here, it's like this person finds my stream soothing, right? You know, that's kind of cool to imagine like what they got going on and why that may be. But man, I just can't drift off so much on the streams anymore, lest I never do anything Eve related in the game. I think the other day I came on the stream and I was talking to people and I don't even think I like tabbed into the game for 2 hours. Anyway, I just want you guys to know that I do believe that most of you are real. Most of you are probably not LLMs. Some of you are. Scotty, obviously a chatbot. Like, I think we all know that. Chris Docs, take care, buddy. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. I don't even, when I raid people, I'm just like, hi, goodbye. You were at least nice enough to chat for a minute. Thank you. Deadpool says, I'm real. You're definitely not real. That's the falsity. That's a falsity. I'm going to debate bro you about that. I'm going to freaking ad hominem you so hard. Chat, I'm mad at you right now. One of you sons of bitches posted a link to one of my old VODs in like a goon Discord. I'm so mad. Bro, I checked my YouTube feed today and I had like 4 people posting about how mad I was that I got killed by goons. This was like a 3-week-old stream VOD. So somebody must have posted it and they're all like roasting me. You remember the Marshall thing when I crashed out about it, right? We went full circle, but like, damn, to go back that far and to post it. Yeesh. Goons the Corp. Oh no, yeah, Goons is huge, right? Whoa!
Pilot. This is hilarious. Our escape pod was destroyed and you died.
Oh.
Well, actually, your old
Oh yeah, we set hype trains to the easiest
miraculously
possible
escaped.
mode. That's right.
Lucky for you that you have been reincarnated through an insurance.
Now it doesn't
claim.
feel special.
Open the medical services and I will show you more about this nifty little thing.
All right, so here's the deal. Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. For every hype train level you get, I'm going to give you less of a prize. So I'm going to give out 1 billion escalator, but if you hit level 2, I'm going to give out 900 million isk. And if you hit level 3, I'm going to give out 800 million isk, right? So this is a reverse hype train. So what I'd recommend you not doing is subscribing to the channel for another 3 minutes if you value prizes. This is pretty much the, what's the word for that? I can't remember. Sonder? Is it Sonder? It's a word for this. Yeah, it's called Sonder. Yeah. You ever see this word before, Bob? Sonder. It's a noun. It says Sonder means the feeling one has on realizing that every other individual one sees has a life as full and real as one's own, in which they are the central character and others, including oneself, you can't see it, have a secondary or insignificant role. This is basically the realization Bob's talking about right now. We all get hit by this when we're young, when we're old, over and over and over again. It is very much so beyond our mortal grasp. I'm not talking spiritually, but just biologically even. We don't have the ability to understand this, truly. We never will. One's ability to kind of see through other people's eyes directly lends itself to how empathetic they are in life. He says, Major Defect says, I see Debian logo. Fuck yeah, you did. Not a damn subscribing for 6 months. Thank you for that. Don't subscribe now, though, because we're trying to not do the hype train today. We did one yesterday. I don't want to overdo it. What's up, Paul? Right now, for every hype train level you get, I'm giving less. I'm giving fewer prizes. All right, let me say hello to the people in the back. It's very important. This is an important part of my stream to me. We're doing an introduction hype train as tradition. But I've sabotaged it,
Autopilot
as one does.
disabled.
Rude Paul subscribed for 15
reached.
months. He's been subscribed for 2 years.
The greatest prize we can receive is community.
Wow. To each one's Rude, to each one's Paul. Thank you for that, dude. 2 years of Rude Paul in my chat. All right, no, seriously though, no more subs or bits because you're about to hit level 2, and I'm seriously going to give you less of a prize if you do that. Like, the noobs in my chat are like, dude, please stop giving him subs. Like, we want prizes. Yeah, I'm on CashOS on the main here. I'm actually just putting Debian on this one. I'm putting Trixie here, and I'm going to change this to Gentoo. It counted mine even though it's auto-renewed? Damn. Yeah, I think it did. So the shout-out is what does the hype train, yeah? Hello, 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 hello. Good to see y'all. Blitz is here. First chat of the day. Scotty's second chat of the day. Stellinium third. The Three Musketeers are here. If you came to my stream before you saw my ugly mug, you're an early bird. There's an emote for you. Congratulations. You did it. Blitz, Scotty, Selenium. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Late stream for Chloro. Born Crusher. Here enjoying the stream. Polish Fish is here. Z-Gray. Demon Chicken. Geshell. Hello. How are you? Scotty's talking about a turtleneck. Tactical turtleneck. The tactile neck. Glorious Nuke saving me from the wiggle spam. Of course, we have some other handsome chatters here saving us. I'm not sure how to say LZTI. We'll call him Z.
Connecting.
We'll call him Z. Cool name. Chris Docs coming at the rate. Thank you again for that. Very kind of you. Gravy says late. What's up, buddy? How are you? Albino says use your Prime, people. Use it on Chris Docs, not me. Go give it to Lauro. I don't deserve Primes, trust. All right, so yesterday we were like, yo, we're going to set the height trims nice and easy. Today, like, I haven't even said hi to people and it triggered, and I didn't want it. So, very good. Very good, chat. All right, I'm going to give you a billion escalator because you've behaved yourself and you didn't spoil me today. I love that. You guys do have restraint. Manny, what's up? Is it because we're streaming late that you guys are not absolutely buck wild? I love that. Fria's here. Pixie Crap, what's up? I'm 5 minutes from clocking out, hell yeah. Yeah, apparently people are digging the time zone here. Deadpool, welcome to the stream. Lancer's here. How you doing? My mind went to someone posted a Chloro VOD on porn. Oh, the word goon. That's amazing. Notadem, thank you for the subscription. Polish Fish is outclassing me. Defect is here. Welcome. Yeah, I stream on. I play even stream on Linux. Kind of been a recent hobby of mine. But just for those that don't know, I have an Eve on Linux Discord with 800 users, all interested in either switching or maintaining it. So come by the Eve on Linux Discord if you play or care about Linux. Yeah. RuPaul is here. Thank you for the subscription. Nizen is here. Hey, buddy. We've been slowly doing NPSIs again. I kind of stopped for a little bit, but I'm slowly working it back. We're going to have to bust out all those small ships he gave us eventually. When the time comes, we have a lifetime to enjoy you folks. Does that mean we get an avatar if we stop at level 1? No, it means I'm going to give out $1 billion worth of prizes. I was just trying to discourage people from subbing just for the hype because I think it's kind of whack to do it all the time. Right, Suya, what's up? Linux supremacy? What's up, Tom? How you doing? You know, like, obviously, you know, we say, like, Linux is awesome and it's superior in a bunch of ways to other, you know, solutions. However, you know, what's the word that comes to mind is, like, Linux liberty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do get that freedom back. Demon Chicken, aka Retulard, says, Chloro went from a Linux noob to full Gen 2 user in less than a year. I have not touched Gen 2 yet, but I have been reading the handbook. Guys, you want to see the handbook? You want to see the Gen 2 handbook? Hold on. Let's come back to Bob's message and let's look at the handbook real quick. You're going to be really happy we did this. So, like, have you guys ever installed a Linux distribution before? Usually it's pretty easy. There's like a graphical installer, and you just click through it and then boom, you're on the desktop. Gen 2 is a little different. Gen 2 is for absolute idiots. This is for idiots, right? So if you want to install this, right, you basically have to build and compile the entire distro and everything else. You have to choose a kernel. You have to basically build it all from the materials and get it going. So is this not the handbook? What the fuck? This is not what I'm looking for. Hold on. I'll find it. Here we go. So this is how to install Gen 2. We're not going to do it, by the way. I just want you to understand it's an easy 10-step process, folks. Okay. So first of all, let's just take a look at the table of contents for installing Gen 2. This is the installation guide. Oh, yeah. So anyway, it's a simple 10-step process where you have to basically do all of the things. So why would you want this? Well, number one, you can be a hipster. You can be cool, I guess, if you're an asshole. That's part of why I'm doing it. The other reason is that this fucker is so old. It can't even run modern Debian anymore. It can't even upgrade to 13 because it's a 32-bit system. So I need to like do my own solution with Gen 2. Anyway, I just wanted to show this to you. Someone like Scotty, who is new to Linux as well, like me, this is not what we went through when we did our own distros. It's so funny. Bob, how the hell are you, dude? He's having a couple drinks, thinking about life. I pinned it because I wanted to read it. Love how we all interpret things in different ways. Yeah. And there's good people, and there's bad people, and we're gonna take all the bad people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. Yeah, no doubt. When I'm off work, I just want to chill and low effort on my part, and it's just my jam. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna break some walls here, but like, you know, I don't really watch Eve streams or content, but like, the way you guys use my stream, a lot of you, as like, you know, some kind of decompression method or background noise, like I use other random shit for that, you know what I mean? For me, it's about turning my mind off, but I think most people would like to have the background content about something they're interested in, right? And that in Eve, it's like, you know, what's better than a dude rambling about the mechanics? He said we should sub to Laura instead. Laura's a great content creator and helpful for the community, but I prefer the Chlorokin vibe, so I'm dropping my prime here. Thanks, G. Laura also has enough primes, to be fair. Maybe, I don't know if Chris Dogs has a big following or not. I don't really pay attention, but maybe he can deserve it. You work with bad people. Yeah, so the one thing I'll say, Bob, good talk, by the way. One thing I'll say, like, man, there are bad people out there, jokes aside. But with enough work, we can make something of ourselves morally, even if we were dealt an interesting hand. If you guys go out and kill somebody, guess what? We're never going to look at you the same way, but I'm willing to bet that you could probably contribute back to society and make yourself feel good in many years of hard work. That's my thought. Chloro coffee mug, man, that's actually kind of funny. I feel like I don't want to do this, but I like that. I should do it at like cost. That would be kind of cool. I should do this at cost and sell merch at cost because I don't want to charge for it personally, just my own thing. But to have Chloro coffee mug, that would be pretty cool. And to have you guys be able to pick them up. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good to see everybody. Windows 11 sucks. My PC keeps freezing just from switching tabs. I mean, listen. You're not going to find me defending Windows 11. You have the Linux desktop, baby? Paul, you ever hear my rant about how I don't care if people switch or not, and I don't care if it gets popular or not? You ever hear that rant? Every time, obviously, you know, Paul's doing the meme, right? He's doing the meme. You've heard that rant? I'm thinking more about that rant, and I feel like maybe it's better to just not have an opinion on this topic. Because last time I ranted about it, I was like, man, I hate the idea that we're wasting so much time thinking about getting people to switch. But like, what if like that brings you joy to get people to switch? Like, why am I such a hater? I don't know. I think my MO going forward with talking about Linux is going to be embracing those that want to talk about it and not like worrying about what people talk about. For example, if we want to debate distros, fine. I just personally don't care. I could take any distro. Haxor, what's up, buddy? What if we get to a level 11? We'll go for a crazy hype train one day, but you got to understand, like, you know, I'm hyper aware of how ridiculously scammy hype trains are. Let's go visit Albano Bob at work. I'll go get locked up. Arc Swift, welcome to the stream. Hello. D-Boros, what's up, bud? What if I switch from Linux back to Windows? Big thing. Do I get banned? No, I was actually thinking about doing a joke guide on how to switch from Linux to Windows. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like, just for the memes. Tired of Linux? Here's how to switch to Windows 11. Are you sick and tired of fucking OpenOffice or LibreOffice? Let me show you how to switch to Microsoft Office. Oh wait, there's no more Microsoft Office. They have officially changed its name to Copilot. That's real, by the way. Paul's like, dude, I've heard all your rants. Shut up. There are many things in life where not having an opinion is powerful. Yeah. And this is like almost just hitting me in the past, like very recent amount of time, like stream related. And like, it's obvious too. You ever see streamers or like YouTubers that like are very careful about not actually taking a stand on shit? It's like, well, that's calculated. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, most people don't rehabilitate when they do wrong or fall into pitfalls. It's true. I'm Swedish, so our prisons are luxurious compared to others. So sure. Yeah. I always like to remind my chatters that you know, what is our population of the world? What do we have, like 5% of the people in the world, the United States, but we have like 1/20th of the people, but we have, or something like that, and we have 25%, 1/4 of the imprisoned prisoners. That shit don't add up, chat. That's because a marijuana cigarette will get you locked up for a hot minute. Also, slavery is allowed when you imprison people in my country. I'm just saying. It's actually real. It's a real thing. I'm not making this up to be edgy. I'm just telling you what the Constitution says. Anyway, what are we doing here? We gonna do a little Gasarino? Fine. Sure. Got a little Vitcore here. Yeah. Clean. Talk about some Eve. Maybe watch some stuff. Chill out. Yeah. La vie est simple. Eve was hurting my PC last night. Single digit frame with 5 accounts in a shrouded asteroid field. Yeah? How much VRAM you got on your graphics card, Manny? These volumetric things are pretty hungry, although these are old ones. The U.S. holds a disproportionately large share of the world's incarcerated population, housing around a fifth to a quarter of the prisoners, while having a 20th of the pop. Yeah, that's about what I knew. Oof. Thanks for the fact check. I would say our prisons are varied, though. I guess I don't want to talk about prison culture or the legislature or anything. I'll just change the subject, but yeah. Anybody locked up, listen to this, you know, better yourself, hang in there, and, you know. 8 gigabytes of VRAM, it's a 3060 Ti. You guys heard they're fixing to maybe make more 3060s? Someone says I'm married, does that count? I don't think so. Get your boomer ass joke out of here. Nah, be good to your spouses. Even if it's boring, be good to them. I'm sure you are. But in a perfect world, it's a treat to be married, right? Not a prison. But we're not all so lucky, right? Alright, let's do a little Gasarino. By the way, hopefully I don't fuck this up. It's been a minute since I VCR'd on stream. It's easy enough, though. Angulars are good. Alright, I should do it. Anyway, what were we talking about? Hello. Need to make my face bigger so you respect me. Respect my authority.
Connecting.
Oh no, we're talking about prison shit? My bad, my bad, my bad. How the hell are y'all? We had a huge influx of people because of what's-his-face, Mr. Kristox coming in with the raid. That was pretty cool. But I'm just planning on chilling for a few hours, so... Make yourselves at home, dig in. I like going into a rogue drone site. Relic site, which didn't happen before. Definitely a bit of a skill issue for you folks that are lagging in sites. You're gonna have to practice your frames per second skills. Rio streams with the follow. Thank you guys for following me today. People do not redeem it in chat. Nobody's gonna get a million channel points, I guarantee it. Who's Kristox? Never heard of him. Can you summarize? I have no idea what he's up to. I think I've seen his stream or rated him once or twice before, maybe. But it's another Eve streamer who rated me earlier with like 90 people. So I'm just bringing him up again. Here, I'll show you right here. Right here. 73 viewers 24 minutes ago on a raid. I'm 10th of the way to a million. Are you? 100k? Chilling? Alright. Some of my chatters would have had a million if they didn't just keep spending it on do not fucking redeem. Also, other people dumped it all on RimWorld points that may or may not exist on a hard drive somewhere. Just saying. So let's see. What do we got cooking here? I think I brought my gas down by 0.18. So technically we would be at like 31.2, something like that. And we're on the Vit core doing the big cloud. So this is precisely 600 mil an hour, which makes sense. The reason why this C540 is worth less than the 20 is it's literally twice as abundant. If it was linearly spawned. We don't actually know for sure, Just doing a little bit of scoping. This will take us, let's see here, 2 hours to do. So, assuming I don't, like, fuck something up and lose ships randomly, or people chase me out of here, this probably will be a background to what we're talking about and hanging out with over the next X amount of minutes. D-Bar says, got home from work deciding if I want to inject a new character for scanning just so I can throw implants in and not feel bad. Gotta be like 20 bill to do it. Nah, it shouldn't be 20 bill. Nah. You think it's 20 bill? You need Cyber 5, you need scanning skills of 5. I guess scanning skills are a little bit. Honestly, just make the dedicated scanner. This is crazy. This is only knowing, this is wisdom. But if I had to do it again and I had like money but not the skills, you could make a scanner with 4s and use virtues in it. And then slowly train the 5s. Not pay for it. I'm just saying you could. It'll be a perfectly good dedicated scanner without the scanning 5s. How did you put all your characters in the watch list? What do you mean? So basically, I just went to my corp over here. I dragged them all right into it. You can just drag them into it like that. See that? Eve is very object-oriented in its approach to the GUI, so you can drag and drop names a lot. Yeah, you're welcome, of course. You're also now able to right-click, invite to fleet, even if you select people that are already in your fleet. It's a nice quality of life change. The 5s are 30-day trains, yeah, no doubt. I mean, having dedicated scanner is nice, but I suppose you do gotta train it up a little bit. It seems like an easy train to me, but I guess I haven't done it in a hot minute. How old is RSS scanner probe? Yeah, I would have done this 3 years ago. Oh my god. What the fuck? 3 years ago I made my dedicated scanner. Sheesh. Also, shout out to this guy. Wow, what a cool name. He's a big Trump fan. Grab her by the pith. See, wow, you're so good. Amo. Oh yeah. Anyway, what's popping on the internet here? Let me entertain myself. Let me entertain myself. I'm assuming we have absolutely no Eve news, right? Because it's post-holiday, the refractory period. We've already looked at that. Winter guest streams on CCP TV. What's that mean? Last July, we held a month-long streaming event where we threw open the doors of the official CCP Twitch channel and invited partnered Eve streamers to showcase their content on our platform. It was a great way to introduce the community to a wider variety of streamers, creators, and all the feedback we got from the streamers and the viewers said we should do it again. So here we are. For the next 4 weeks, through January and February, we'll be running the winter guest stream, and once again, we're hosting Eve partners on the official CCP Twitch channel. So make a warm mug of cacao, settle in, and enjoy some Eve online content. We've also expanded the Galnet Streamcast unit skin line, and during the event, these new skins will come available for the first time as Twitch drops with a different skin on offer each week. Drop schedule: Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, Pioneer, Galnet, Malediction, Galnet, Hela, Galnet, and Praxis, Galnet. Although exclusive to this event for some time. Although exclusive to the event for the time being, these skins will be made available again sometime in the future. So tune into CCP TV throughout January when guest streamers are live and catch some of the incredible content you might otherwise be missing. Who's going to do that? Who here's going to do that? Who's giving you links? What's up, Defects? This is an outrider. An outrider. As I like to affectionately call it. An outrider. Yeah, so, the gas Twitch streams, I remember that last time. Yeah. I don't know. What is the point of this? Actually, sorry, I'm being a hater, but I want someone to tell me what is the purpose of this? I would say it was a great way to introduce the community to a wider variety of creators. I see. So it's basically boosting... Okay. Alright. Cool. That's interesting. I like it. Showcase to get more viewers? Yeah. But, like, it says Eve Partners, though. So, like, the Eve Partners must have an established audience in some way to become a partner. It almost would make more sense for, like, new streamers? But maybe I'm misunderstanding. What's up, Rigo? Didn't realize I wasn't following. Love the Nomad series, just the vibe. Just out here spinning Ishtar and doing the air career on my own. No doubt. Stay away, bro. I made a Black Ops Corp. We're hunting you. I'm just kidding.
Autopilot disabled.
I love you.
Waypoint reached.
Thanks for shouting out.
07.
Much love. Thanks for the follow. Crossband synergy. CCP gets viewers from streamers. Streamers get viewers to CCP. Let's see. Let's see.
Connecting.
I have an Outrider. Didn't see it on the screen. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, it's, since this is the one we're watching, you won't see it, appear. Cute little crab ship, though. I'm a fan. Jay, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Prime me up. I wish I had an ability to count how many primes I have. Maybe I do, I just don't know how to do it. I'm collecting primes. I collect follows, I collect primes and subs. Primes are interesting, right? Because, like, it's like alchemy. They come out of nothing, you know? It's just money.png. So I'm wondering if I can do like an advanced spell with enough primes. Appreciate you, kid. Boss with a follow. What's up? Rigo says, needed me alone. Already got people coming in to steal my bank. It's funny, I bank rob on stream, and I also built a Black Ops corporation just very recently that hunts like a lot of Ishtars. Poor guy. We'll try to leave you alone. I'll tell you what, if you give me your in-game name, I'll not attack you. No name. All right. Well, no doubt. My corp's gonna be like, all right, I got a target. I'm like, yeah, what's his name? It's Rigo streams. I'm like, guys, he's got to pass. We can't kill him. Exactly. We'll take the primes. I don't even think my girlfriend primes me anymore. Doesn't even care. Oh, it's so funny. That's okay, pretty new. I get that's the price of admission. Sometimes you get shot. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if you're paying attention, you won't get shot by us. How's that? We only attack the finest AFK people. This one guy we've killed so many times, it's actually ridiculous. His name's a moose. By the way, I should say that last night my second in command, Krav Maga, went out and solo killed an Ishtar, Gila, another Ishtar, and then a Tengu. This kid's not fucking around. Yeah, but this guy right here, a moose, this guy just, you know what I mean, right? We're just, he's a repeat customer of ours. At one point, he's like, hey, is there any way to get you guys to stop attacking us? I'm like, I mean, I wasn't there, but I would have told him, like, maybe don't AFK? It's funny, my Black Ops Corp, like, honestly is playing a bad guy, but I'd still tell them, like, you know, obviously no bigotry, don't, like, harass people, try to be nice if you can, but, you know, we're still playing a bad guy. We're, like, killing people and being predators. My bank robbing is, like, pretty chill. Like, we're kind of just fighting other people that want to fight, but the Blops is very predatory. So I guess at some point I do feel a little bad, but, it's okay. Got a SIG. You killed the scout, though. There's a difference between playing a bad guy and being a bad guy, MO and high. Yeah, no doubt. Well, yeah, none of us are bad guys. If there's an actual bad guy in our corp, it's like, see ya, nerd. So we got a SIG. It's called QT or OTB here. We'll just leave it up. Keep an eye on that. We're in a class 6. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. If you don't know much about J-Space, or if you know a lot, but you don't really go deep, class 6 is pretty chill unless you're trying to rat. Yeah, look, there's literally a burst stun scan. What the fuck? That's so sick. That makes a lot of sense. To see a burst stun scan. What's up, Dwayne? Dwayne, I'm in a C6 right now and there's a burst on my scan off of Fresh 162. Someone get lost? I mean, I hope so. Either way, like, because we're in a Vit core, there's not a whole lot of risk. Oh, there's a capsule now. Oh, what happened? Oh, no! Let's look for a wreck. Yep, there's the wreck. Oh, the burst is down! This is a story on D-Scan, chat. Oh, feels bad, man. Feels fucking bad. What happened, man? He came through a 162 and just rushed the nearest C6 combat site and insta-died, man? Like, that was a prompt death. What up, Vertex? What a Gorilla Glue? We just saw a 162 appear, a burst appear on D-Scan, and then a fucking capsule. What the fuck is happening? You got blobs on a Gila a few weeks ago. Yeah, Gilas are juicy little targets. It's like slightly, it's more valuable than an Ishtar, so it's noteworthy for us. What's up, Maniac? I love co-ops, but I'm bad at PvP. Need training, guys. Everybody's bad at PvP. 0.001% of people know how to click the right buttons in the right order, but most people get by knowing which fights to take. How's that sound? Dwayne, how the fuck are you? How's my big D doing? Wait. I don't want to do ownership of it because that'll get extra weird. I'm getting some water for the next cup of coffee, chat. I've brought the jug of water in here so I don't even have to go to the kitchen. Genius, I know. My genius knows no bounds. The capsule's gone now. Fuck. It was doing the air visit gas side. Oh, really? In a class 6, though? I mean, that's pretty impressive. This is about as gnarly as it gets. Bad, I'm sorry, I lied earlier. My girlfriend doesn't prime me because she has a normal sub to me. I asked her. She's normally subscribed to me instead of priming. She was like upset that I accused her of not being subbed. Home is where your wallet, please. That's so funny of a response to that. Oh, I love that. She done any more art lately? Well, for Christmas she drew me a Astero, but not since, no. It's true, though. Sorry, I'm boiling water next to me. It's probably loud. Maybe you can't hear it. I don't know. It's really loud for me, though. Somebody said we need a coffee grinding emote in chat, and I totally agree. Coffee grinding clip art. Let's see if we can find one. Yes. Yes. Give us the grinder. Do I make it a free or a paid emote? Do I have any free emotes left? Man, this shit's hard. Oh, I don't have any free emotes left? Alright, well, it's a pay-to-win emote. Get wrecked. Oh, it had a white background. What the fuck? It was transparent before. Why are you cheesing me? Alright, well, I need a better one later. Wait, it doesn't work. Hold on, I need to reload the emotes. Fuck. Why doesn't it work, chat? I swear to God, this stream's going off the rails until I get this grinder emote. I don't care. Yeah, you're laughing because it's grinder. Little do you know, perfectly intended. Where is it? It's not here! At least I put the E in grinder, right? Is it there? Alright, so I wanted that without the white background. But apparently we have this. It's like a fucking meat mincer. Alright, somebody find me a better coffee grinder for an emote while I make coffee. And I had to put another shirt on because I was getting cold. Because I'm a little baby. Might be grinding your gears. We still got like another 10 minutes before we fill up on gas. But I think chat deserves their ASMR. Come on. What's a chloro stream if I'm not grinding coffee directly into the microphone? Come on. I think this time I'll actually give you the full experience. And that is why we tune in. Right there. That is why we tune in. The type of content you can only get here. If you tried to do that, nobody would watch. I don't make the rules. What's up, Guru Zeb? How you doing? Slime boy. Hook a power drill to it. Yeah, I put too many beans in. It doesn't grind if you overpack it. That's why some fell out. Someone said, well, good stream, good game. You're in your coffee refractory period. Alright, so now we pour it into the press. Reheat it. I found that you can stack grounds in a French press. I found that. But you don't want to let them sit more than like a half an hour. To me, it's almost better. It's like stronger. What's up, Carabaxter? Welcome. I am, you just missed the coffee ASMR. Ooh, that's a nice emote. I need like a coffee emote. Let me get a coffee emote. I feel like the grinder one is well intentioned, but it needs to be more. It needs to be more. Rounded is what it needs to be. Wait, this one doesn't work. Where's your scale to weigh the beans for consistency? So I don't have I have a scale in the other room. I've never used it before. What I've been doing for consistency is if it doesn't blow my socks off, I hate it. And I add more. No, I just pack it to the top every time with beans. I figure that they probably measured this to be in the normal cup. I've never once tested that theory, Nizen. So it's a good point. He brings up a good point. We need to know how many beans to water ratio. I also pour a random amount of water as well, right? Check your Discord DMs on stream. That's not right. What's the matter? Yeah. Century Tower, yeah. Don't tell me to check my DM. Dude, I always want to ask you, can 3 Pioneers with micro overdrive and small shield booster kill gas rats? Sure, probably. Not like the big ones, though. Don't display them on stream. I see. All the beans to the water. I'm just laughing because, like, if anybody else asked me to do this, I wouldn't have done it. Invert, what's up? Doing cold brew tea and coffee these days? Cold brew tea? I've never heard of this. Oh, guess what I got right here? Hold on. Check this out. You're not gonna be happy with this. What do you think that is? Anybody know what that is? Ah, fucker. Instantly. Everybody gets it instantly. Yeah, everybody instantly got it. What's weird, because, like, whenever I eat baklava or whatever, I always ate it in, like, slices of, like, a pie shape. I never had rolled ones like this. God, there's so much to life I don't know about. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this. Because y'all are a bunch of trifling, jealous-ass bitches. Just kidding, I just wanted to feel superior. Ready? So oily and flaky and tender. Nutty. Sweetness of the honey. Perfect marriage in my mouth. Picture what that poor keyboard looks like. It's actually super clean. My old one, though, you would have hated it. I am, like, a really kind of a slob. I try my best, but I don't really have any cleaning sense in me, is the best way to put it. I do try. Now try to make it. Well, don't you just layer phyllo dough or whatever, and then you put... Is it hard to make? It actually looks not that hard to make, but maybe I'm tripping. Oh, it is hard to make. Okay. That's why you're challenging me? Got it. Does this work yet? Nope. Yes, alright. So we have actually a makeshift coffee emote now. Perfect. Yeah, I ordered, or she ordered takeout, and it came with rolls, which I thought was really interesting. I honestly think it's like almost a better way to make it, or to eat it. Just about full here. Behind my camera, you can see the cargo bays. Oops, behind my camera, you see the cargo bays here. Just about full. So we'll take a little break. Should be, I think, about 4 trips total, if we want to do it. Remember, the more I play Eve, the more I embrace the idea of you're done when you're done. When you're not having fun, when you're bored, when you're tired, when you're sick of doing the gameplay, you're done. Not when the site's done. This normally doesn't matter because sites are so fast, but if you're doing a site that takes 2 hours, you can leave at any time. Who gives a fuck? Isk is isk. What's up, Heffel? But I probably will stay here and do it unless somebody bothers me. That poor Burst died to a tower. I think Gravy was DMing it to me so that it didn't post J-code or something like that. And, which I think is nice of him. I was just laughing because normally I wouldn't look at Discord when I stream, that's all. That's why I was laughing, in case you were wondering why I was like, don't say that. Sometimes people will be like, yo, check your Discord DMs. In the middle of streaming, and I'll look, and it'll be like them like posting a video of like a dog or something. I thought that's what this was, Dank, but I once again underestimated you. Once again. Let's pour our French and press the French. By the way, I still have a bunch of chicken and rice with 2 types of sauces I'm not sure the names of. Kind of the white, tangy sauce. And then a very hot pepper sauce. So good. Check your Discord DMs. I got you a 6-hour documentary on the art of coffee. Now, see, I might actually be interested in that. But what you're seeing is basically the scarrings of a man that was scorned by check the Discord DMs a few too many times is what's going on here. So interestingly enough, we could always do a partial dismount here, but no need. No need at all. Let's do a quick little spin around here. Nice tight orbit, which means you don't have to wait forever. And we're actually within D-scan range of our LK, which is why we didn't make a ping. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this blue arrow, right here, to point at that bookmark, and then we're going to leave together. You may be asking yourself, why does this matter? Well, it's a good question. But you should know that those battleships will one-shot me if they ever hit. So it's very important that you contemplate your movement-based actions. And try to keep that angular up. Because what'll happen is happened to me plenty of times when I learned the various mechanics of Eve. Those guys will kill you when you try to warp off. Sent you a DM on Discord with the coffee grinder emoji, did you? Is it like 2 guys using the grinder app with coffee in their hands? If it's not, I'm not interested. It's a picture of a dog. I hope it's a picture of a dog. Listen, I literally am not going to check my DMs because I know better. But Gravy's a corp mate, so I figured it was like something corp related. But he was just trying to help out. Gravy's a helpful guy. Give him a couple years of experience in Hard Knocks and he'll well, yeah. Nothing like that? Ah, well, I don't, dude, if it's not a picture of 2 men dating, I mean, what's the point? I'm not interested. Darling, good to see you. I trust you've been well over the holidays. Troldeye says, chloroquine, huffing gas, and coffee, all how it is meant to be. Yeah. 3 years from now, you're going to be watching me and be like, wow, he's still huffing gas and drinking coffee. This man is a man of habit. Just dropping off some gas. We'll get right back to it. Yeah.
Connecting.
Couple skill-based things involved with the vital cores. You guys have heard me talk about it before. If you're curious about any game mechanics you see on my stream, you can always inquire. I'm not hoarding the knowledge. There's a few things I want to talk about later, but we'll always talk about it. Some days I do this and like tons of people are curious about the gas skipping mechanics. Other days, y'all know it, so. Sarah guy, what's going on? When I clear the battleships, it's too much hassle. Yeah, you need a marauder to kill those. You know, it's a good question. I get it a lot. Why don't you just kill the things? You know, people do that. But I don't rat. I don't have ratting ships. I don't have buildings to switch to ratting ships. Bling Tengu's not going to cut it for those. You need a marauder, as far as I know. But as D-Bar began alluding to, there's actually more to it than that. Number one, it's a time sink to rat. It's a risk to put your marauder on field. Number two, some of these rats actually can protect you, which is fascinating. But the main reason I don't touch the rats is I don't rat. I don't have ships to kill these things. I don't even want to kill them. I have no interest in targeting them down and shooting them. I think it's just neat to kind of be a what's the phrase? A little mischievous ninja. Anyway. Let's prep this up. This is pretty much the only part of the entire endeavor which one can fail, so it's important that you don't shit the bed here and fat finger. I don't know why I'm using such gross euphemisms. Gotta get your angular velocity out before those battleships start shooting at you. Which we've done here, no problem. So, you begin scooping. And if these here little frigates start newting you, well, you just fly right past them. Turns out that the sleepers largely have issues, like many other rats, keeping their micro warp drives active in a coherent way. So. With just a little bit of steeliness and a little bit of manliness, I suppose, we could lean into here. We can just stomach the newts and damage from these and fly right past them, and then they'll eventually get out of range. We're not really worried about them. We're pretty much strictly worried about these guys. You feel me? You see how these guys are lagging behind now and they're unable to nuke anymore? I really don't know what causes aggro to swapping gas sites. That's a Chloro question. Yeah, so it's not a gas site exclusive. Rats have like AI, depending on who they are, that you can actually see it on EveRef, which styles of AI they have. And generally, my understanding as a non-ratter is that there's kind of a priority list of actions that might have rats attack you. Logi and Ewar are really high up on that list. If there's no active modules going on, like they'll go by ship hull or distance, factors like these. Without seeing the algorithm, I have no idea. I can tell you, though, that they almost exclusively stick on the Magus when we do this. This is when we get settled, for whatever reason. I'm in an Outrider, sorry, not a Magoose. But you can see that they're actually on one of the prospects right now, which means the prospect now has to tank these. See that? I guess they're not shooting anymore. Okay. They stopped shooting. Anyway, just some standard mechanics here. You're dealing with basically hit chance. You're dealing with hit chance from both sides. Acquisition, chance to hit, and also speed tanking. It's just two sides of the same coin. But you're thinking about other things too when you do this. And what's fun is you can actually speed tank most of these sites. We just choose to spin them because it's literally easier. It's easier to not get shot at all when they don't even fire their weapons because you're too far than it is to attempt to tank shots like we're doing here. But anyway, you could always make a mistake. It's not like I'm above making a mistake. I don't think I did make a mistake learning these a while ago on stream, but that was many months ago. How do you orbit at 0? Yeah, so the trick to orbiting at 0, here I'll pull open the thing. It's not an intuitive thing, but basically, like a gas cloud, if this is the center and this is the outside, let's not make any boob references here. So if this is the gas cloud and this is the center, what we're looking at is if you are out here and you orbit this, it'll give you the option to orbit at 500, right? But all you have to do is go inside of the cloud, and then it gives you the option to orbit at currents. So you can see right now, I'm actually inside of the cloud. If I right click, go to orbit, currents 0 meters. This is the trick. You can do this with all objects in the game. It's just most objects are not empty. If you hit the outside, you bounce off, right? Wormholes and gas kind of stand out in that regard. Arc Swift, good question. Have you tried huffing the hostile NPCs? No, I should actually try cycling these modules on them sometimes. That's a good point. There's a very small chance that a wrecking shot can hit. Does that mechanic apply to sleepers as well? Well, you're actually quoting a misconception. You're right, but it is a misconception, and it's one that I held for many, 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 many years. There's no innate chance to hit a target. But what is confusing is you're not really saying there is. You're saying, well, you're gonna get wrecking shot eventually. That's what you're trying to say, which is fair. But you need to understand that when one's chance to be shot is so low, all the shots are going to be wrecking. That's what you're describing here. That's just how the hit formula works. But when you say very small, this is definitely not right either. Like, we're not dealing with very small numbers here. You know, here I'll just tell you. What's my sig radius? 50. What's the angular? We say 1.5. So basically, they have a 1 in 2.5 billion chance to hit me with this setup right now. Okay? At almost 3,000 shots per hour, it's going to take them 99 years to hit my character. Real world time. Capiche? There's no chance of getting shot. And if you do, if the math lines up and it's there, no worries. Like, people win the lottery too. The chance is never 0. The chance is 0 under certain situations. For example, if you're too far away. Right? Now, tracking tends to be asymptotic. Meaning approaching but never reaching 0. But what you end up seeing is that past certain numbers, like you start to be confident in the way that the universe works, right? There's not a 0% chance to hit us, but there's a whole lot of zeros in front of the 1. This is what speed tanking is. We almost never look at it in these granular terms. We think of it as speed tanking a PvP ship by getting under their guns. But there's a entire formula you can just study and learn and actually be confident like this. You know, we're talking about this in a Nomad Tale, of course. I talk about it on stream every once in a while. But let knowledge set you free, you know? Be confident tanking things, right? When you know how the mechanics work. These things could kill me right now, but I'm pretty sure they won't. Nico says, I see good stuff here. What up, G? We're talking about JMTing. Taladar, welcome. I got 4 wrecking shots back to back in a combat state today. Luckily, I survived with 30% hold on. Yeah, so that's not luck. Yeah. So if the chance to hit you very small, they'll all be wrecking shots. So if they hit me right now, I insta die. That's the mechanic. So it wasn't luck that they wrecking shot you. That's because you're very hard to hit, and the game for some reason decides to roll the hit chance and then use that number to determine the quality of the shot. So if it hits you, it's a really good roll. That means it's a good shot too. Kara says she can't see me. She needs to see the mouse, the sides of the screen. Sure, I got you. Of course. But Sarah Gag, just to go back to your question, or your comment, it's not so much that there's a chance a wrecking shot can hit, it's a chance that you can be hit. And that shot will be wrecking. And I'm being pedantic only because the mechanics are cool. And it applies to every single turret in the game, not just sleepers. Is this big enough? I'm opsecking all over the place. Alright, I'm gonna need somebody to drop me the emote soon because I'm tired of shaking. I'm tired of shaking that Jamaican bacon. Thank you, No Fair. Good looks. Good looks. Yeah, for some reason KDE Plasma shipped with a shakeable mouse that never gets smaller. If your mouse continues growing for 4 hours, please see a doctor. Yikes. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so the speed tanking mechanics are always very interesting, but I can tell you from experience, this is the only site you have to do it. You don't have to. You can clear the rats. There's other options you can purge. But speed tanking is the most, ask Nico, it is the safest, most effective possible way to do J-Space gas, period. Especially on this site, because guess what? You need like a fleet to kill me right now. I'm not even joking. What's up, Mad Mike? Welcome to the stream, Taladar. How did you find my stream? It says you're new here. How did you find me? I demand a full report right now. How did you find Steve's Haven? Who the hell is Steve's Haven? Wait. Shamo Runner? Oh, suggestion. Yo, it autocorrect the word suggestion to Steve's Haven. Who the fuck is Steve?
Connecting.
That's the way to health, let's be honest. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Nico knows this because he does this on every site.
Connecting.
I prefer to spin, I just have this feel for it. Oh, is he? Oh, I thought it auto-corrected suggestion to Steve. That's so funny. I'm so sorry. Are you vetting new viewers like they're potential spies in your corp? No, I don't even vet the people in my corp. I don't give a fuck. If y'all want to spy and AWACS me, go for it. I'm so vulnerable. Taladar, thank you for clarifying. Sorry for messing it up. I hope Steve has an awesome day. Steve is not just a mere suggestion. Steve is a haven.
Connecting.
Scotch TV, follow the stream? Hell yeah. So he suggested me? Huh. Wonder if he's a fan of the Nomad Tale. I mean, nobody just watches my stream. Nobody, who would watch my stream raw and not be a fan of Ant? That's crazy.
Connecting.
Interesting. Very interesting. Can I fly your Titan? Yes. I noticed some of your rhetoric. What's up? Chromone. Shad was suggesting you last night on CSP stream for new... Oh, really? Interesting. What rhetoric are we talking? Political or Eve? Guess you rage quit J-Space? I'm rage quitting J-Space right now. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Both? Okay. Interesting. Are you here to antagonize my rhetorics? I can't tell if Rizzy Blimp is like an assassin sent here to kill me or like they empathize or sympathize with some of my viewpoints. I can't tell what it is, but you're welcome here either way. Like, I've lived a good life. You know, if today's my day. No worries. Headed to Jeddah. Dwayne's trying to debate me into a fucking NPSI. Damn, he's addicted. It's Eve. Everyone's an assassin sent to kill you. What's up, Big House? Cremone. Look, you followed a raid train through 4 of the streamers, but I really like the vibes here. That's incredible. Well, how about that? A raid train? I've always wondered if people stayed after raids or not. They do. Cremone, welcome. In the middle of your Nomad series, you still running POS free with the port. Yes. But many things happen in that series, so we revisit all types of stuff. But my preferred play style is to live in safe spots with no buildings, including star bases, with porpoise backbone. That's kind of like my main go-to. It also really synergizes with streaming too, because I can stream from any wormhole any day at any time, and you'll never be able to just like truly just live next to me and like bother me. You know, I can always just be out the door 5 times. It is very synergistic with how I like to play. You talking about dropping monetization over principles, and I admire. Oh shit! All right, there's dozens of us. There's dozens of us that hate ads, my guy. You know what's so funny about this, Rizzy Blimp, is YouTube is like screaming at me. They're like, bro, your videos aren't making money anymore, bro. What's happening? What's the matter? You okay? Like, do you need help? Like, what's wrong? Like, all I did was turn the ads off on my channels, and like they're sending me like, they're like, dude, your numbers are looking bad. It's so fucked up, man. They fucking gas up these little content creators and teach them they're gonna make a living off it, and then just like psychologically just put you that way. It's sad. Adblock cough? Yeah, I fuck with Adblock. I'm a Manifest V2 stan. And I would like to imagine that some of my viewers watch Adblock, but I can tell you that the ads that were run on my YouTube were a couple $100 a month in profit. So people were watching ads, a lot of them. So me turning them off was not pointless. I am literally helping my own brain, even though people don't care. I know that. I do. I didn't know YouTube spanned you like that. No, it's like in the creator thing, they're basically like incentivizing you and giving you like cool icons and like, yeah, you did it whenever you do a cool video. And when you start to like make less money or whatever it is they're measuring, like you start to see things on the dashboard. I don't want to show it all, but what was that YouTube thing about with the goon comments? Yeah, I'm assuming some like small corp or something posted their video, posted a VOD that I have on YouTube, the link to it. And basically in the VOD, I crashed out really hard about getting blopsed by some goons guys. Because every time their standing fleet blopses like our 3 cruiser gang, they bring marshals and smart bomb us. And I kind of pointed out, like, that's kind of lame and cruel. We go to Frat, they come at us with cool stuff. We go to Horror, they come at us with cool stuff. We go to Init, they go at us with cool stuff. You guys like to humiliate us. You're the only group that does that. And they kind of came in the YouTube, and they kind of came in the Twitch chat. We were arguing back and forth. I think it actually ended well, though. Like, I kind of made amends with some of the people I was arguing with. It wasn't a bad crash out. But just today, people are commenting on that old VOD saying like, oh yeah, the salt mining. Oh my God, this is 7% of our standing fleet. You suck. Like, don't come near us. Like, I'm like, wow, somebody literally posted the link to that VOD with timestamps in some Discord. So I just wanted to let them know. If you go to my YouTube and try to troll me and like make fun of me for a crash out, don't worry, do your thing, but I'll collect these and I'll make content out of you. Because I think there's a streak of cruelty in some EVE players that isn't cool. It's not cool to be cruel. That's my opinion. Are all goons cruel? Fuck no. But there is a culture of cruelty that exists in goons since the early days. Since something awful, before EVE was even a game. There is a culture of cruelty in the foundation of some of these systems that allow for it, like a standing fleet. I'm hoping I'll also learn Linux EVE streaming through osmosis. Of course. You will learn a little bit. I mean, dude, I would love to teach anybody how to stream EVE. It's not that complicated. I can show you how it goes. The hardest thing is getting a following. That's why they're called goons. Now, I'm going to be clear here. Goons are like tens of thousands of awesome people. I love their modern leadership. I will say that if you're going back weeks in time and mining salt from my YouTube videos, it's like you kind of lost. You're kind of reaffirming my point.
Connecting.
My last question was aimed at you. Sorry, what's up? What's up? Are you the one who wrote your program that does magnetic circles that link your location? So you're talking about mapping? Oh, are you talking about the mapper I made in Unity many moons ago? I've made a few mappers over time just to play with them. I do use one right now. Literally right now. Fuck it, let's just show you. The one I use now is a CLI mapper I built. There's some J-codes in there. I literally just prefer this now over a visual mapper because I play solo and I just need a signature registry. I don't need all the fancy features. No, mappers have been around long before I touched JSpace. Can you share it in your Discord? The CLI mapper? It's on my GitHub. Glorkin is my GitHub. Anyway, my final note on Goons is like, yes, I crashed out. Yes, it was embarrassing, but I gotta say, like, if the point is to, like, dodge the accusation of being cruel, maybe don't go posting timestamped videos and mining salt weeks later. Anyway, moving on. Combat host with the follow, what's up? Remember the early days when Goons would drop 100 catalysts on people in high sec? They used to be no better than an average bully. Well, you know, a lot of the groups bully. A lot of groups do shit like this. I think there's a special... I'm getting back into it. I'm just saying that if the point is to humiliate and be cruel, I don't like you. Even though I'm a Blops group, I don't humiliate the people we kill. We kill them and move on. I drop a GF. Done. When I saw had little circles you can drag around but they attach to each other. Yeah, that was probably mine. That was probably Day Tripper, I think. Let me see if I can find it. It's probably not, visible. Yeah, it's not visible here. I guess I did it private. But yeah, I think I had Day Tripper here. It was built in Unity. It was kind of a fun project. Yeah, they were magnetic circles. The signatures would appear around the outside. Yeah, I should redo that. That was a fun one. Maniac, good to see you. Take care. I'm not going to do a bad vibe stream. Don't worry. I love Goons. Don't get me wrong. I actually do love Goons. We have Goons chatters. I have had characters in Goons, multiple characters in Goons corporations over the years. I think that their change of leadership is awesome. I think that they're overall probably a really good part of the game, this game's story. But fuck people being cruel. I'll never tolerate that. Yo, my sleep schedule is degen. I broke my watch rate. You can go watch the VOD, right? I now notice your 2 microphone swaps throughout the series. Yeah, there's a third one. One of the swaps is me learning how to EQ. Every group has good and bad, of course. Well, of course, I'm being careful. I don't want to condemn goons. I don't think to be goon is to be cruel. I think that there's a lot of people in a lot of groups that have that built in. And most of them push it down. Goons tend to tolerate it, that's all. And they can change. Fuck, they dropped Matani. They can change, dude. They don't have to always smart bomb frigates and shit in their marshals. Like, you know, they can be cool like the rest of the blocks, but to them. You're a goon? You joined 3 weeks ago? Cool. Yeah. So, like, this is kind of what the point is. Goons are like 40,000, 50,000 people. I'm talking about maybe like 20 guys that seem to be the problem for me with the cruelty thing. Anyway, I'll change the subject. If any of my goon friends are listening to me mining the salt, fair enough. You could probably do a compilation on me crashing out on that fleet. If you go back to my VODs and look, I've complained a lot about it. And spoiler alert, I'm going to complain some more about it when I keep getting smart bombed by it, so. I miss Mine One. He doesn't stream anymore? The most hated group in EVE right now is Absolute Order. Yeah, it's funny because I've heard people say both things about it. I think it's cringe to roleplay as a fascist or a bad guy or whatever you want to call it. I think that's cringe. I don't think that's a good look at all. One day you'll murder my Ishtar and steal my bank. If you're a goon in an Ishtar, like, you unironically have a 0% chance of getting caught by us. But the good news is, you guys will kill a matter of blops over the next couple of years, so. Shout out to goons. Shout out to everybody. I say just be nice to each other. Don't brigade my YouTube comments if you want to avoid future humiliation. And, you know, let's all just play the game we apparently like so much. You know, a lot of you guys when you're younger, you ever get like that debate bro shit inside of you where you just want to like argue every point. Like, that's actually useful occasionally when you're like standing on business right about something ethically. It's nice to be able to articulate it, but generally you don't want to be like that. You don't want to sound like this. But it's important for me to tell chat why I'm complaining and what actually is going on there. It's not me mad about dying. Trust me. I've died 1,600 times in the past year on Jack or something. What's up, Mahoninator? How you doing? Is Goon Corp? Goon Swarm is a massive alliance that's been a huge cornerstone of EVE Online politics since conception of the game, really, before it was even launched. Goons originate from a community called Something Awful, right? Goonwaff is the corp in the alliance, thank you. And Something Awful is like a social forum. It's really hard to describe what it is. I had an account there. I've paid the money. The idea is it's a tight-knit, like, group with social norms that existed before EVE. That's why it's really hard to get rid of goons. They have, like, a contingency of people that just play in goon space, that only play with the goons. Right? So you can never describe anything monolithic. You can't describe goons monolithically, I suppose, would be the phraseology. Because they're big, and they have a lot of people. However, do they make you join the forum? No, I don't think, no, not at all. You have to pay to join that forum, by the way. You did when I used it. We're not here to ruin the game, we're here to ruin your game? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like, you know, the Mitani slogan of yesteryear. The point is, if somebody wants to be an outgroup, an antagonist, a rebel, a renegade, a rogue, like if they want, you can't stop them in life, in geopolitics, in EVE. Right? But goons aren't that. They are like a normal part of the game. I have nothing but love for the group. Just bring a normal response fleet. Fucking weirdos. You can win without humiliating. They got hella free ports too, yeah? When I hear they're in the game, they're here to ruin your game, yeah, no doubt. Do goons have a stated mission of being assholes or just tend to attract? No, not at all. They're not assholes. They're not. Now their previous leader was an asshole, but so was my previous leader, Gig X. He was an asshole. So is Norius, the de facto shadow leader of Frat. Like, these guys are fucking dicks. I mean, I liked Gig X. He was an asshole, though. He used to yell at us for, like, the smallest of things. But, yeah. You just gotta be careful here because, you know, I refuse to paint a single group with light. And you see that when we talk about Frat, you see me talk about all the time. Like, stop painting Frat as this, that, or the third. Like, they're a big-ass group, man. Same thing with goons. Whose leadership do you admire? I think Asher's pretty fucking cool. I don't know him personally by any stretch, of course. But I thought his ethos and everything was pretty cool. Leadership. My God. That's a handsome question. I'm not prepared to answer this. I admire current goon leadership though. So that's true. That is true. Mostly because they took over for the previous icon that was really not a great guy. Eel was chill until you fucked up. Yeah, GigX was not chill until you fucked up. Gigs was a loose cannon. How many people don't know that being a goon, me used to pay $10 to post on an internet forum? Yeah, I brought up something awful on how you had to pay to do it. The meme is $10. And the idea is if you pay $10 to sign up for it, when they ban you, they just, you know, fund the servers off of it. I like that they bring massive fleets, yeah. Well, this isn't uncommon to goons. I'm not talking about outnumbering or playing unfair, Rigo. Just to be clear. Kara says, T-Tor F? Oh, the camera's off? Uh-oh. Kara's getting withdrawals. Yeah, no doubt. Listen, goons, in it, Frat, Horde, rest in peace. You're not a good or bad person just because you join a group. Same thing for Absolute Order. You're not a bad person because you join a group. I'm gonna look at your actions. Everybody should look at your actions. Done. My boy Koname here is an Absolute Order, right? He's a bit of a troll, but it seems like he has a good heart. He doesn't actually, like, put people down. Right? That's all. My litmus test is simple. Are you taking more than you're giving when it comes to energy in this world? Chances are you gotta switch things up. Only time I get irritated with people if they keep being a dick after the fight is over. Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody has your level of maturity, though, Scotty. I'm gonna be honest, buddy. You know, not everybody even realizes that this is a thing. How much is per hour is huffing god farts? God farts? I am a god woken. Man, am I full again? Holy shit. Damn, we full again, chat. What the fuck? Absolute Order reminds me of the old Tissue Corp. Oh, yeah? I remember that fucking tag, but I can't remember who it was. Let's ping off of this. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Angular still looking good. Should peel out of here before we roll. I guess I should leave the camera on in case I die. I would hate to turn the OBSEC on and then die. What boost are you using? Right now I'm using 2 skirms, speed and inertia, and mining laser optimization. Just say GF and move on. I mean, listen, dude, like... like, when I was yelling at Scotty for kind of doing whatever with the video we were watching, it's like, that works both ways, I think. And this is kind of what he's getting at, is like... like, I'm pretty sure I would not have wanted you as a chatter if you wouldn't have just kind of realized I was annoying. And I don't think you would have wanted to watch me if I didn't realize that I was a little bit condescending and overbearing. You know what I mean? It kind of works both ways. A lot of value in talking about your feelings, fellas. Hallelujah. I like the ones that stream sniped and talk turbo shit in local and the streamer's chat. I've never had that happen to me before. What the fuck? Yikes. I mean, that would just be a shadow ban and I would go play fucking RuneScape or something for a few days. Did you design this OBSEC animation? So that is a Rorqual in Amamake underneath the Keep Star. And those frigates circling it are my frigates. Yeah, I mean, everything you see on stream I designed, yeah, no doubt. Here, we'll go to this one. They're just shots from the game, though. I met this gas scooper last night in J-Space. He was scooping a thing and I rolled up on him and I was like, hey man. He's like, hey, you need this gas? I'm like, nah, you can do it. I won't bother you. And then we kind of scooped next to each other in the distance for a while. It's kind of cool. I liked it a lot. I like this game a lot, actually. It's pretty weird. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me compress or restore or something, because I'm not really managing my timers right now. You guys know how long a jet can last in space before it fucking vanishes with 55,000 M3 worth of fucking gas? Infinite hours. No, it's 2 hours, guys. Only 2 hours. Now, obviously, you can take it and you can pull it and put it in a can, but rather than do all that, let's just go handle it right now. Tanit, good to see you. Peace, brother. We designed the OBSEC animation, Ewoksers and Blue Scouts. Potato video was a good lesson that even when you think you're right, you should take pause to see if you can learn from it because you might be wrong. Something like that, man. It's just such a small thing that's so hard for people to deal with, even like right or wrong. Just humoring it is nuts. Yeah, no doubt. We can learn from each other, Scotty. Stir Fry, what's up? What you doing?
Connecting.
Polo Roxa with the follow. What's up? Cool name. I'm, of course, here. What you're kind of seeing me do right now is just go to random wormholes, drop random jet cans, and fly to them with random ships to pick them up later. So, I obviously censor this because it makes me dramatically uncomfortable to show it in real time, but sometimes I show peaks. In the meantime, enjoy the chill Eve ambience. If you don't know what you're looking at right now in the background, that's actually a faction super carrier called a Revenant, with my ship circling it. And that is a site called a Silence Battleground. Only spawns in shattered wormhole systems. Has like 50 cans of hacking in it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Any compression hotkey enjoyers out there?
Connecting.
You're just watching the episode. A for compress. Left bracket parenthetical. Left bracket compression key. Why that one? That's so weird. I said my hotkey so long ago, I forgot. I just said it the other day. Tilde for compress? Yo, tilde for... You must do a lot of mining. Tilde for me, I think, is lock. You use gray, accent gray for it? The Mean Alien, what's up? Welcome. We'll put the camera back on here shortly. Just chilling. Grave is push to talk? Oh, I use the mouse thumb thing for push to talk. Because I'm a weirdo like that. Because I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that? Yeah, I'm crew like that. My cargo 160 swiftly, wreck it by a new one. Your crew run, run, run. Your crew run, run. Alright, I gotta stop spitting bars. You guys just can't handle the bars. Alright, well, let's get back on our gas scoopers, dude. I know you're fixing for an MPSI. Probably not happening today, bucko. Nice try, though. I'm taking gas today, Dwayne. I see a Vitcore, and I'm like, alright, Vitcore more important than Dwayne, straight up. One Dwayne, one Vitcore. Listen, I gotta take the core. No, I'm just kidding. I would take you over 1,000 Vitcores, Dwayne. I would. I'm on my way to Jeddah. Everybody's already going for the fight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! I don't think we're doing that today, folks. Remember when I used to schedule the fleets? It used to drive me nuts. I would schedule and just know that, like, if shit wasn't good that day, it was just the day it was fucked. I love non-scheduled streaming. Totally not insulted. Alright, I wouldn't trade you for 100,000 Vitcores. Is that fair? Blitz is enraged? Me too, man. Wait, what are we mad about? You found out your middle mouse button is dead? No shit. What'd you do to it? What did you do? Jurettes, what's up? I don't even know anymore. I usually rebind middle mouse to G8 on my mouse, which is like the button to the left of the left click. Perfect button for mouse 3. I love non-scheduled everything. Yeah, why can't my work be non-scheduled? Some work is. Most isn't, though. I mean, let's be real. Most shit ain't. Most work ain't non-scheduled. The boss is like, yeah, you come in if you feel like it. I was gonna try to join your corp, but I was like, we can schedule fleets. I don't man sounds so well, we were doing that while we were forming. Now we're just doing it whenevs. We're still starting off small, humble beginnings and all that. Humble beginnings and all that. You know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it. Time is a factor. These numbers are very important right here next to my mouse. There you go. You probably want that over 1 unless you like odds in the hundreds of thousands instead of billions. Just saying. But then again, do not trust me for anything math related because, spoiler, I freaking suck at math. Not necessarily because I'm a dummy, which I am, but because it compounds the lack of vigor for learning math when you feel so frustrated by it, which kind of feeds back into itself. Similar to the people that come to my Linux videos and they're like, it doesn't work, you suck. It's like, that's how I feel about math. It's like, yeah, no, the math works. No, it works. Age of Cruisers or no C's. Yeah, D-Bars, you could always join our corp. I mean, listen, the corp is simple, bro. You put a character in it or two to blops and hunt with, and then you have your own alt corp on the side and make money. None of us are... Some of us are communal players, but we're not doing that. We're focusing our brain strategy money on blopsing and learning all the tricks of the trade and becoming mobile. We're going to be a nomadic blops group. Spoiler alert. So the goal is to get good at that. But making money, I mean, shit, dog. You're on your own. All of us know how to do it. We'll teach you. We're not going to sit there and have you spin ishtars. I'm sorry to my homie that joined, Rizzy, right? But nullsec is a different vibe than like a blops group. We're going to teach you how to do techniques and you do them on your own. Oh, you're memeing? Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were like actually serial. I can't read the fucking tone. It's brutal. It makes me feel so dumb. Or hat on God. Rebinded my DPI button on my mouse for regrouping. Or a hat on God is incredibly... Post my gen lingo. I love it. What is blops? Blops is, it stands for Black Ops. When you hear someone say blops, what they're talking about is catching somebody, lighting a cyno, and then jumping on them with a bunch of small ships. That's what blopsing is. It's predatory group ganking, basically. It's very deadly, too. It can scale as high as it needs to be. Ours is pretty low-key, though. We seem to be able to get about 5 to 6 Redeemer Widows. So we could easily blow up a Marauder if he's in the wrong place, but... You'll see groups that have like 50 to 100 guys or more sometimes that can kill Titans and shit. We're not that, though. Most of us are new to the gameplay, to whatever we're doing, so a lot of learning. The leadership roles I've chosen, the people in them, it's not based on their existing skill, it's based on what I could maybe see them growing into. But also, the ranks are highly dependent on hunting. This is a Blops Corp, so the people that create the content have a big say in how things are going to be run. Or at least form more of a cadre than, perhaps, a typical Corp. Which would be the kind of officers and individual roles. I'll probably just be leaning on the hunting cadre to make the decisions and guiding them. I can run a low-key, just don't know the right fit and don't want to yeet a bill. Yeah, strat cruisers are a bit more expensive right now, it's true. There's, maybe after the event when they go back down, NVIMs got choked again. Twice in 1 year, NVIMs got choked. I feel like J-Space guys are doing this intentionally now. Honestly, here's a hot Cloro tip. Whenever you see these events where there's a TAC Destroyer or a Strategic Cruiser advantage, the J-Space guys are going to choke NVIMs again, and they're going to make the price go up. So you should start grabbing your own Tech 3 stash and either playing the market or having ships to fall back on. Don't buy your TAC Destroyer as a new guy for the event. Bad news bears. So you're saying if I become a chlorocator, you're going to show me the rope and teach me how to fish, but you're not going to fry the fish and feed me, bro? Definitely not, no. No interest. Blobs are either massive chads or strategic strikes. Most of the time they are cunts who gang up on solo players just wanting to do mission mining, chilling. Yes, I'm biased from being spanks, leaving alone. Yeah, I'd say we're definitely more on the cunty side, but we aspire to be on the strategic side. And I think in time we'll get tired of shooting Ishtars. But yeah, we're definitely on that, like, ganging up and just getting away with it. But the truth is, a lot of us aren't that great at the game. So, like, it's a nice change of pace for us. But Bob, I feel you, man. Let it out. You're allowed to Ishtar rat in this chat. You're allowed to feel like a real person. You're allowed to enjoy the game. It just so happens I'm building a corp that kind of picks on y'all. So, sorry. But you can bait us. You can bait us. Scram, tank, have your guy warp to you, decloak a falcon, light a Sino, get those goon marshals to come. Yeah? Oh, imagine the salt, man. Right? We're literally blopsing goons every day or two. And apparently there's a couple of them that are making fun of me. Maybe they can counter us and own us. Gameplay. Gameplay. We're glued in, yo. We're keyed up and glued in. You see this cloud? How it's slowly depleting in value? That's by design. You see, I'm actually using scoops on the cloud to take it. I'm good at baiting a master out, if you will. Pandalope Hatake, as a person playing forever, you will also shoot an Ishtar no matter what you take and whatever you can take. Yeah, Ishtars are pretty much the lowest common denomination of things willing to shoot. Like, you really don't pass up on an AFK Ishtar. That's just the truth. Or you see like a prospect out here, it might not be worth your time. It's always worth your time to kill the Ishtar. Blobs and goons and people who have a team, it's fine. I want to chill on my own, no corp or nothing. I just want peace. Yeah, no doubt. Well, Bob, let me tell you this, you know, I relate. I like to do my own thing. I'm building this corp specifically around me to where I don't have to manage things, to where we don't fall into some of the pitfalls of other streamer corps, to where we can just essentially be a group of players enjoying the game. Gas sites aren't that serious unless you're doing vitals or core. Yeah. It's, yep. Cores, you definitely gonna want your rodder. You could actually kill instrumentals with a Tech 3 cruiser from really far range if you like put range on it, but their tank is ridiculous. Also, instrumental rats, they scram. These ones just do freaky amounts of damage. But their tracking is, wait for it, 0.017. That's low, folks. I don't know if are you guys in turret ships right now? Anybody in a turret ship right now? What's your tracking? It's like what? Anywhere from 3 to like 60, depending on the ship. These battleships have 0.017. These fuckers need a tracking computer so badly. Yeah, 6 on a Vargar. See? Stormy, what's up? So, like, these fuckers literally can't... Now, here's what the thing. These can nude out to, like, 80 km, though. That's a long-range nude. So, like, you're looking at these guys going, well, you can't track. Well, they also can't nude. These are artillery pieces. Sleepless Keepers are artillery pieces. Like, war style. They're freakishly far range, right? They can project their newts out really far, too. You gotta stay the fuck away from them. But if you do, they're gonna snipe you down. Good evenings, kitties de chloro. What's up, Zeticus? If you're tracking them, will they obliterate you? He's saying if I SIBO them and boost their tracking. Alright, let's find out. So if we boost their tracking to like 1. Yeah, it goes from 1 in 2.5 bill to 1 in 700k. That's a serious downgrade. Not 700 mil, 700k. So it's like, what is that, like 4,000% more likely to hit you if you bumped it up to 1 even? I still have one more baklava. Not to be confused with balaclava. Very different things. One of these tastes great, the other one does not taste good, but could potentially help you rob a bank, which you can buy a lot of baklava with. Big brain chloro here, chat. One of those things are not like the other. SIBO is a sensor booster. Too many Ocean 11 movies. My plan today is to just chill and do this gas cloud and then log off, to be honest. So, about halfway done. Nomad Tail is shaping up. First week, not happening. Second week, maybe. Intel pulls an Nvidia. Oh, no. Why restaurant Ragu tastes so much better? Oh, fuck. Oh, God. They're both watching length. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. All right. Which fallow bro is it, though? Is it my homie hair plug bro, or is it let the male pattern baldness flourish bro? I don't know which one it is. I like the let it flourish guy. Personally. All right, let's find out.
There are endless ways.
It's hair plug guy. All right, fine.
To make ragu. Every
Just kidding, by the way. If you get hair plugs, that's awesome. Hairlines look good. I'm just personally teasing. No matter how you look, I love you.
region does it differently. Every Italian family has a different recipe. This isn't the authentic way or the correct way. This is the chef way. A technique-driven approach using French and European cooking principles to make your ragu deeper, richer.
I thought ragu was a sauce you bought in a jar at the store, chat. Italians are like literally like sharpening their knives, fixing to like kill me right now. He says that ragu is a sauce. Like, isn't that a pre-made sauce? Like,
more complete. So the first step into building my perfect ragu is going to be with pancetta. Is going to release some lovely fat from it once it's slowly rendering. And this is going to permeate through into my vegetables, and it's going to almost melt away into my veg. And I don't need to get a massive amount of color on the pancetta because I'm more going for that smoky,
nah, he's a handsome guy. Come on,
flavor.
He's a real handsome guy.
So here, it's an Italian version of a mirepoix. So we're using carrots, onion, and celery here, which is the classic. It wouldn't be uncommon to have sort of shallots in there, or sometimes leek as well. But in Italian, it would be quite classically just be these three. So we've got the pancetta in there. That's just slowly melting into our vegetables and adding a really subtle flavor. And also the fat is releasing out the pancetta and it's helping to soften the vegetables, as well as that lovely smoky aroma, which is just permeating through everything. I'm also going to add just a pinch of...
I mentioned hairline, so I'm like, wait, we got to rock mine.
Salt. Very important to be seasoning throughout the cooking process. It gives you a much more rounded flavor than just seasoning right at the very end. So you might ask yourself, why am I going in with the vegetables first? And I will tell you,
dude,
my
I love these videos so much.
It
like actually makes me excited whenever a new one of these drops. It's like a cooking video with all the trappings of like some glitzy clickbait, but they actually talk technique. Plus they use artless music, and I also use artless music, so sometimes the songs are also in a Nomad Tale.
Really beautiful, soft caramelization on our sofrito. Really nice and pale. And we really want to accentuate the sweetness of the vegetables, because that's what the sofrito is there. It's there for, the sweetness and also to add that background flavor. But it's not the predominant flavor. Now, a really brown, caramelized, roasted sofrito is going to give you bitterness in your end sauce, whereas we want it there as a really soft and sweet texture. Hence why we're caramelizing it first. Once the veg is soft and sweet and beautiful, we're then going to remove it, and then we can go in with the meat, and then it's going to give us the opportunity to caramelize our meat properly and take it really nice and dark and add the main body of the ragu. All right, once your sofrito is getting there, it's nice and soft. That's been cooking for about...
Is ragu a stand-in term for a mother sauce, tomato mother sauce? Or is ragu a derivative of tomato sauce? Oh, it's not a mother sauce. Oh, it has meat in it. It can't be a mother sauce, right? This looks like bolognese to me. I don't know what the fuck the difference is. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh. Ragu a la bolognese is what we call bolognese sauce. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, no. Oh, yes. It says in northern Italian regions, ragu typically used as minced, chopped, or ground meat cooked with sautéed vegetables, sofrito, in a liquid. I don't know why I had to do it with Mexican flair, which traditionally includes liquidized tomatoes.
Sort of 10 minutes or so. Just going to go with a few cloves of garlic.
I'm going to eat
I don't
my
want to put this in at the
baklava
start
now.
because it can burn a bit quicker and catch on the bottom. But I'm just going to grate the garlic in and then give it just a couple of minutes just to heat through and sort of amalgamate with the other vegetables there. And then we're going to be ready to remove the sofrito. Then we're just going to mix that through nicely. Just want it to be soft and sweet, and it will almost smell slightly sweet as well, even as weird as that sounds. But it should just look really well softened at this stage. The pancetta melted through the vegetables, and at this stage it's ready to come out. So that's our sofrito ready, so we can just set that aside, ready to place back in later. So the next stage we're going to do is we can use the same pan. We're going to place it on a high heat, go in with just a touch of neutral oil. So this is our beef mince here is a mixture of 50% shin and 50% chuck. Now we've gone for a blend of two different meats there because the shin has a lot more flavor and the chuck is a lot.
This chatter says somebody reviewed a Nomad Tale 14. Can you link that? That sounds interesting. Have we had someone review a video of ours? That's pretty cool. Huh. I guess Laura watched them. People asking about joining the corp. No, we're not going to be at war. We're going to use holding corps. But you should probably... how do I put this? Like, I'm really not worried about being at war, I guess. You know, the characters that does blops will probably be sitting UW9 or in its own area, you know what I'm saying? But no, we're not planning on being war decked, to answer the question.
A lot more well marbled and a better quality
Thank you,
product for
Zedicus.
mincing. So we're going to place that into our pan. Nice empty pan, nice and hot, so we can get
Oh,
a
it
maximum
was
colour on
Laura,
that.
gotcha.
So the mince is going to go in. So we're going to keep the pan nice and hot at the start.
I thought you were talking about somebody else doing it. I was like, what the fuck?
As the beef starts to colour, we'll then turn the heat down to get maximum caramelization. But we need to, first of all, you're going to have to release all the water content. So it'll almost start to boil straight away. And we want to keep the heat nice and high to get rid of that liquid straight away so we can start the caramelization process as quick as possible. So a lot of these steps we're going to be doing today, some of them are traditional, some aren't traditional, but this is the chef's way. Utilizing all modern European techniques that we found with some of our own as well, and we've created what we think is
No, it's okay.
the ideal ragu recipe, encapsulating all of those steps. So we've got some pork belly here. The pork belly is going to add sweetness, it's going to add fat, and the collagen in the pork belly is going to break down over the cooking process of the ragu.
I'm thinking about making mac and cheese, doing the from scratch bechamel again like I did last time. And even though you're supposed to put like fried chicken skin to garnish it, I put prosciutto and made it extra crispy. I'm thinking about doing that exact same thing again. But maybe doing like 2 or 3 different types of pastas for like various textures, baking the whole thing even longer, making it even crispier on top. More fucking panko.
And help to thicken and add a luxurious feel to the ragu. So we're just going to go roughly sort of 1 centimeter, half centimeter sort of dice. At this stage with the beef, we're really making sure that they have the pan really, really hot, almost on like full speed. Just want to get that water content out and start caramelizing that meat as quick as possible. Okay, so our pork belly's diced there. That's going to go in once we've got a bit more color on our beef. So you can already see the water content being released from the beef. Now you want to make sure that you can't really just leave this beef. You need to keep sort of working it in the pan to break up the mince, because if you just leave it, it will form large clumps. And to get maximum flavor, we want maximum surface area. So we need to break up the mince as much as we can. You can just do that with a wooden spoon. Or what we've got here is like a plastic version of a wooden spoon. And just keep breaking it up by pushing down. And as the meat sort of starts to cook, you'll be able to break it up and it will all just form into like a coarse ground mince. But you can see it naturally starts to pull together. So you just need to break those pieces up. So all this liquid.
Yeah, this is a little bit fatty of a meal. Most of these fine dining meals are pretty caloric. They don't really cater to people that want to save calories, you know what I mean? It's all about that flavor and the textures at any expense.
Here, it's what you're trying to get rid of, that beefy liquid. So you want to get on a nice high heat at the start. So this stage here, I would say is one of the most crucial points to getting the really good flavor on your ragu. A lot of the time people just go straight in with the sauces and just leave it to cook for a long time. But you see how all this meat is basically gray. We're looking for a dark brown caramelization, the same way you would caramelize your steak. You really want that Maillard reaction all over the surface of the meat, which is then gonna simmer in the tomato and the stock and give you a beautiful roasted flavor. You see that caramelization there on the bottom of the pan? That's what we're after.
That's amazing.
So once the water's started to evaporate and you can see the mince is starting to very lightly color, now you want to turn the heat down and slowly caramelize your meat for a long, slow time. But you can see, you need to keep lifting that caramelization.
Yeah, so this is some shit I would never in a million trillion years do, is worry about the caramelization of the ground beef before it goes in the ragu. Makes a lot of sense, though. The more I learn about food, the more I realize that this coloring process has fuck all to do with searing and juices and all to do with... it changes the flavor of everything. And I've always liked burnt shit, so it shouldn't be surprising to me, but I guess I never really thought about the science of it.
Fond off the bottom of the pan. You're starting to go there. So now you turn it down and make sure you've got really beautiful color all around. You need to be scraping the pan regularly and lifting that fond off the bottom of the pan and mixing it through. So this is what we're looking for. We want deep caramelization, similar to that you'd have on a steak. 80% of your flavor for your ragu is going to come from the browning on the meat. Once your meat is brown, we're then going to go in with the belly. The belly doesn't need anywhere near as much color. We're just looking to slightly soften it. What we're mainly after from the belly is that breakdown of the collagen, which is going to enrich the sauce and give that really luxurious feel to the ragu. So we're going to pop that belly in and then just gently mix that through on a low heat. And just let those two become friends. So the belly's just going to go in there, mix with the beef mince. We don't need to color the belly. It's purely there to enrich the sauce, and that breakdown of collagen is going to thicken and
I don't like it when they say collagen. I'm sorry. But I also like have my girlfriend like debone the chicken because it freaks me out. So I'm a bit of a scaredy cat.
Emulsify the fat with all those other flavors and give us a really luxurious finish to our sauce. So we're just going to render out a little bit of the fat just to get it going together. We're going to go in with our tomato puree next.
What's that, chat?
Now
More
again,
coffee?
We're going to caramelize the puree.
No,
we're looking for a deep
good.
red-brown color rather than this bright red. Now with the caramelization of the tomato puree, it's going to go from acidic to nice and sweet. When you roast tomatoes, you enhance their natural sweetness. So that's just going to get mixed through our mince and pork belly, and we're just going to caramelize that lightly. It will start to caramelize on the bottom of the pan, and that's what we want slightly. And then we're just going to embrace that caramelization and just toast it off nicely. It'll also give you a beautiful red mahogany color to your mince. The next step on our quest for the perfect ragu is arguably my favorite one of the day, and it is milk. Some of you might have heard.
What? What?
I actually personally had never heard of this until a couple of weeks ago. But we found it in 2 recipes. One from Massimo Bottura and one from Marco Pierre White. Now Massimo Bottura adds it at the beginning. So we're going to add this into the ragu now. So once the tomato paste is just catching on the bottom, we're then going to turn the heat down and go in with the milk. So milk goes in. Now,
what the fuck is milk for? Wouldn't you just add water and cream? Is that the same thing? Is adding milk like adding water and cream simultaneously? Chemically? So this would just be like adding water to the fry or whatever this is with some fat in it. It just seems weird. Like, what % milk is this? What's happening? I'm not a guy who understands any of this in the first place, but now I'm fucking lost. You put milk in tomato soup? Okay.
Italian chef. So who am I to argue with his techniques? But the milk is added at this stage to soften the meat fibers.
Interesting.
And help to tenderize the meat. So it's a tenderizing technique. Huh. And you put it in straight away, you put it in and instantly it's sort of soaked up by the meat and it helps to tenderize and relax the meat fibers. Now Marco's method is he actually adds milk at the end of the ragu. Once the ragu is almost finished cooking, and he puts it in and it adds roundness and helps to bring the whole thing together. So we're going to incorporate both milk stains into our ultimate ragu.
He's doing he's doing double milk in it. I can't believe this fucking guy. That's not fair to the damn cows, dude. All these other fine chefs, 1 milk. This guy, 2 milks.
After a quick weekday meal, you might not add the belly, you might not add the red wine, and you might just go in with a simple veg, no pancetta, and really nice meat, but you might caramelize the meat and do the veg first. So you're still taking elements from this video, these techniques, but you're just applying them based on the effect that you want. So once the milk is sort of reduced and it's all been absorbed by the beef and the pork belly, we're then going to go in with our red wine. So red wine's going to go in, we're going to turn the heat up slightly, and we're going to reduce the wine by 50%. We're just going to do this by eye, but again, it's basically once most of the wine has been sort of reduced and absorbed by the meat.
We're watching a crafting video here, real quick, while I finish up this next load of gas. I'm pretty mesmerized by it.
Almost like a glaze-like consistency.
Good to see you.
Several layers of caramelization processes here, which is all about the flavor. And the wine is going to help to basically bring all of those flavors together. It's going to help us dissolve the fond on the bottom of the pan. Now the fond is basically that layer of caramelization across the bottom of the pan.
Is that what that's called?
And adding that liquid wine is going to help to release that fond. As the wine is reducing, we're just going to scrape the bottom of the pan. And then by the end of this stage, we should have a perfectly clean bottom of the pan, meaning that all of that flavor is enhanced into the ragu. It's also going to help to tie everything together, and as it cooks, it's going to unify all those flavors and bring them all together and add depth and richness. So at this stage here, you can see how that he's going
to spend like 18 hours making the sauce, and at the end, he's like, oh yeah, boil some pasta and throw in a bowl and then put the sauce on top.
That wine has been reduced into the meat and it's looking beautiful. So it's almost looking like a ragu already, to be honest. Like, it almost looks like a finished product. All these next stages are what's really going to take your ragu from here to here. So we're going to add, the next stage, we're going to add back in our sofrito. We're then going to go in next with our tomato passata. And what this is going to do, again, it's going to go in raw, but over the slow cooking process, this is going to get sweeter and sweeter the longer we cook it. Now, it's much less in quantity than most traditional ragu recipes you might have seen, or like how most people make ragu, because the ragu is all about the flavor of the meat. The tomato is almost just a side note. So the passata is going to go in. I'm just going to mix all that through. Again, keep it on a nice low heat. And all of these elements we're putting in are all about building the base level of the base flavor of the ragu. But the ragu is ultimately a meat-based sauce. So everything we're adding is there to complement the meat, will not overpower it. Parmesan rinds. So every time you've got Parmesan in your fridge and you grate it up.
My man's just making shit up now.
Keep the rinds, and it's perfect to put into your ragu.
Do you guys have rinds at home?
Rinds, along with those two different levels of tomato we put in, are all going to add that natural MSG. So they're going to go in there and just give you that element of just luxuriousness.
Fuck out of
and
here,
also
that's
that
crazy.
Just deliciousness that comes with the MSG and umami. Two little extras we're going to put in at the end just to help. Bay leaf. It's just going to sit there and add a little bit of structural herb flavor in the background. A small amount of nutmeg is just going to help to round out the sauce without giving the element of spice. Just a little seasoning of it just gives an ever so slight little tingle without ever reading as, oh, this is spice. You shouldn't really be able to tell that it's in there. It's just more of a seasoning. Once all of those aromats, Parmesan, tomatoes in, we're just going to top it up with stock. So we're using chicken stock here, but beef stock would work as well. So we're just going to then make sure all of the sides are scraped down, and then we're going to bring it up to a simmer on the stove. So once our ragu has come up to a simmer, I'm going to place the lid on. Now you could cook this on a low hob. However, I find it's much easier.
A low what?
And also you get a more even heat by doing it in a low oven. If you do it on the stove, I find that you get a bit too of an intense heat on the bottom. Whereas if you do it in the oven, it's a bit more of a lower, slower cook. Now we want to cook this for a long time. The longer, the better. So we're going to pop this in at 120 for about 4.5 hours. So while our
I love it, like the time frames for this shit. It's like I'm not restaurant coded. I don't have that mindset. Just the idea of like spending all that effort and not like immediately eating all of it in one sitting is just foreign to me. He's talking about putting it in the oven for 4.5 hours to bake together. It's like, dude, I was ready to eat it already. I don't know what to tell you.
Ragu is cooking in the oven. We're just going to make a very quick gnocchi. So we've just got some lovely red skin potatoes. Just going to pop those in the oven, set at 160. And we're going to bake them until they're all the way cooked all the way through. So this is a drum sieve, but equally, if you're at home, you just have a colander, a fine sieve, sorry. You can actually put your potatoes through that as well. It works fine. So we're just going to take our potatoes, let them cool slightly, and then just cut them in half. We're going to use the potato and hold it by the skin, and then just use the skin and push through the potato, like so. You want to work the potato as little as possible. So we're looking for about 500 grams of potato. So we're just going to season the potato a little bit. So we're going to add 1 egg yolk to our potato, and then we've got 65 grams of 00 flour. Just slowly, you don't want to overwork it too much. Just bring it together, just pick up all those little pieces off the bend. Then I've got my dough here, so we're going to split that in half. And then we're just basically going to roll little sausages. Before we cut the gnocchi. And then to cook these, we're just going to basically dunk them into salted water. And then when they rise, they're cooked. take out a little tray, touch of olive oil on the tray, and then once they're cooked, we'll then remove them from the tray and place them onto the oil so they don't all stick together. But as you can see now, they've all risen to the top. So now they're ready. So then I'm just gonna take my tray over, gently remove them, let them drain slightly before placing them onto the tray. So there, our gnocchi is ready for later. A real chefy tip for adding balance to...
He spent 1 second making gnocchi. He spent 14 fucking decades making a ragu. You know, I honestly don't know what it's like to prep fine dining, but I gotta imagine, like, they don't do it like this. I would imagine they make so much of stuff. They know exactly what they're gonna do each week, right? You know? There ain't no freaking way. I mean, they're not claiming to, but this just seems crazy inefficient. This seems like the finesse of fine dining with the efficiency of home cooking. This doesn't compute, but I still love it. Grind some Dubliner cheese box instead of Parmesan. I don't know anything about cheese, Winfield. I'm a noob. What's up? That sauce by itself is a meal. Yeah, put it on some bread. Fuck it, call it a day. Yeah, somebody said it looks like chili, literally. My wife runs the back end for a food blog website, Facebook group, and group of food bloggers, so I'm exposed to all sorts of culinary terms. That's awesome. Never heard hob before. I'm just dropping gas at a random safe spot. Give me 2 seconds. We'll finish that video. That's a lot of work for something my grandma gets out of a jar. Yeah, for real. Now, are we disputing that this taste is better? Probably not. But who's trying to spend that much time making the ragu? I guess if you just like got that Italian kind of grandma, you know, spirit in you or whatever it is, this is fun for you. But that looks like a pain in the dick to me. Sorry for the gendered phrasing there, friends. And more tomato and call it tomato-based soup at this point. Well, I want to say that they're going to reduce it down and make it thicker. You know, whenever I made bolognese, you would always reduce it down just naturally, even if you don't know how cooking works by the end of it. I'm just dropping off some gas at a random safe spot. I've never in my life thought of it like that. That's like an Eve specific euphemism for farting. Let me just drop off some gas out of safe spot when you leave the room to fart. As courteous as one is. Bing bong. Pavlovian response, anyone? No? Alright, fair enough. Let me get back on the cloud, we'll finish watching that video. Put the music on. For processing ore, the Eve equivalent of taking a shit. Alright, I'll let it slide. But I can tell if we keep going, it's gonna get worse and worse. I could just tell already. It's one of those moments. Alright, let's set up real quick. Takes like 30 seconds or so. But it is the only place where if you fat finger something, you die instantly, so you might as well be cautious if possible. Should do it. I should do it right there, man. Alright. Let me just drink one of these bad boys because I'm a silly Billy. My instinct is very X. Alright. So now we'll gracefully sail past these small bros right here. Because they're being small bros. And once they F off and stop nuding me, we'll get back to the show here. AKA the fallow boost thing.
Dishes. A small recipe called a gastrique. Now a gastrique, move them, let them drain slightly before placing them onto the tray. So there, our gnocchi is ready for later. A real chefy tip for adding balance to dishes. A small recipe called a gastrique. Now a gastrique is basically vinegar, which we're going to place into a small pan.
I don't know what a gastrique is.
And then you just add some sugar to the vinegar. So I'm using 100 grams of vinegar and 50 grams of sugar. And we call this a gastrique. And what this does is it adds a sweetness, but also an acidity. And the sugar helps to round off the vinegar.
Interesting.
Giving it a better balance. Because obviously vinegar can be quite acidic, obviously. But usually the better quality vinegar you buy, the less acidic and more flavorful it'll be. So it's definitely worth investing in a really good quality vinegar for finishing things like dressings or sauces. We use vinegar so much in the professional kitchen, and it's a real chef's tip to add a more rounded flavor. Vinegar is not used enough by the home cook. Once the vinegar and the sugar comes to the boil, we're just gonna simmer that for a minute, just to ever so slightly thicken. Our ragu has now been cooking for 4.5 hours.
Of course
so
it
the
has.
stock has reduced. You can see the caramelization on that meat. It's like permeated through.
It literally looks darker than when I make it. I don't know how to make it though. I just follow random recipes. Scotty said it looked like chili earlier. It's literally browner than what I make. It's probably so good though.
The sauce has come.
You're trying to tell me this isn't amazing right
here?
here?
So now we're going to remove our Parmesan rind and our bay leaves. The milk for the end, which is the Marco method. So this is going to help to add roundness, and it'll add a slight bit of sweetness as well. Milk is naturally a little bit sweet, so that's just going to mix that through. We're then going to add a few knobs of butter, and what the butter is going to do is going to add
I feel like the
a really
spices
nice
are so
gloss.
off of a chili though. You know what I mean?
The final.
This is like an Italian
thing we're gonna
chili.
add to finish this is just our gastrique. So we're just going to add this
I
bit
don't know
by
how to
bit
describe it.
and just finish it very similar to how we would
The
finish
texture
like that
and
of a
the
restaurant
aesthetics
sauce.
are so
it's
close,
Just those
you're
final
right.
little seasonings can make all the difference. So you put this much time in.
Yeah, it was the
prepping
whole
it,
bottle of red
cooking
wine.
it,
Yeah, that's
and
probably
you let it all down to
the
the last
coloring.
minute
You're
just
right.
by not doing those final
I've never
little
put wine
seasonings. So
in
these final
food.
little touches are essential. That is the ultimate ragu. And now we're going to put that into a dish using our gnocchi. So I'm just going to place a pan on the stove with a touch of olive oil in the pan, and then we're going to go in with our gnocchi on a sort of a medium-high heat. Just let that warm through gently together.
Right in the pan? You're bad, bro. You can't just put it right in the pan. You haven't even turned and fried up the gnocchi yet. Yo, this is crazy. What is he doing? This is crazy.
I'm just going to add a tiny touch of Parmesan just inside, just to help bind it all together.
Yeah.
I nailed that.
What? Bro, how you gonna jump cut?
Looks fucking good, man. So here's just one variation of an interesting way that you can use that ultimate ragu recipe for a delicious midweek meal. And I brought in Chief Taster Will Murray to give it a go.
There he
Hey,
is.
Papa, come on.
That's my boy.
Yeah. What we got here then?
Chef, this is my ultimate ragu.
Oh, I can't wait for this. Made your own gnocchi as well.
They are
You know they
sometimes,
sell it at
Scotty.
Tesco's, don't you? It's almost got a little bit of acidity in there to cut through the richness.
I often think people just think of a bolognese or a ragu of just like, oh, bang it in a pot, there you go, that's a quick supper.
I mean,
But
it was for me.
If you apply all the same techniques that we do with so many other things, balancing flavors, adding acidity,
What did he do with the gastrique? I don't even understand what the point of that was. I missed that.
cooking things out, caramelization, it
$80
can be
ragu.
so much more than just a simple ragu. And it's simple enough, simple everyday ingredient.
Beautiful work, chef.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Flavor Boy's out.
Yeah, so those segments are always them just following a random recipe designed to get views, right? So sometimes it's hella goofy and stupid. That was a classic thing, ragu, right? Come on. But now that I know what it is, you know, I don't think he expects anyone to try that. I mean, maybe people do. Maybe people do. Maybe people put their sauce in the oven for 4 hours. I mean, I let shit simmer sometimes, you know, ribs or chilies or something. I guess I'm not totally weird to it. I think it's cool if you want to put that much care into your food. I just don't have the brain for it. It's weird. But this right here is funny. Honestly, sometimes they're like, holy shit, it worked better than I thought. Nothing they do in those segments are anything like their actual restaurants, I think. I'm sure you haven't gone and watched it, Scotty, right? But the reason why I even followed this shit in the first place was because they were just doing like POV GoPro videos of like running a small line, right? So like this was quite interesting if you haven't worked in restaurant to like see how they do this, right? This is what kind of attracted me to this channel originally. Those cooking videos are kind of goofy and pointless, honestly. Anyway, we got literally one more load left from this gas, I think. Looks like there's 350 mil left in it, 7,000 units. These are 10 M3 a pop. That's 70,000 M3. We're going to take 50.5 out of it, or 55 out of it. So we'll probably leave a little bit left in it and not do that. So we're almost done with this. About 45 minutes, we should be done with this clown. I still got to give you guys a billion-esque, though. Do you cook? No. I'm trying to, like, learn how it works, though. You know, like, beyond, you know. Making tomato sauce. Cooking's all chemistry? Yeah. Favorite dish? I don't know. I'm still learning. You watch Intel video from Gamer Nexus? I had a good laugh on that one. This one? Yeah, I think we could watch this next. We're only subbed to a couple channels right now. By design. My cracker tower out of my Lunchables? Fuck yeah. I think there's probably a happy balance between fine dining techniques and home cooking, and that's really what makes a home cook good. You ever have like, I don't know, like maybe your mom or maybe like an aunt or something, or maybe like an uncle or something that's really good at cooking? And you're like, wow, everything tastes better from them. It's because they like probably have some of these techniques learned over time. Not these techniques, but things that are really tricky. They're probably more patient with their food. They're probably plan ahead and shop better than you, right? It's probably a whole thing to it. Raccoon says 1 bisque. You want a bisque instead of a billionesque? Alright, I'll give you guys a lobster bisque. Ever watch Network Chuck on YouTube? No, who's that? Ever watch any of the old cooking shows? Julia Child, Jax Whippy? No. Not at all. Now I only know who these names are. There's another classic chef that's coming to mind of this caliber. Not that it matters. But I think it would be kind of cool to watch, potentially. The BAM guy? No, I'm talking, no, not that guy. No, this is shit, what's his name? He's like Julia Child's here. Emerald, no. My middle child was a 3-year-old culinary student before she went into social media production, so between her and my wife, even my meal prep food is top notch. I love that for you, Nizen. I love that for you. What was the chef's meme? I don't know what the chef's meme means. Chloro EXE has stopped working? What's the matter? Y'all ever think Gordon Ramsay just says fuck it? I was looking at stuff on the other monitor. You ever think Gordon Ramsay says fucking microwaves a hot pocket? Yeah, I don't think chefs. I mean, mechanics drive shitty cars, right? You watch Uncle Roger? I've seen clips of it. Uncle Roger is Chinese food, yeah. It's authentic Chinese food techniques, right? With funny shtick. I enjoy cooking, but I think I hate it as a job. Yeah, same. I feel that way for a lot of things, including playing Eve. That's why I'm careful. I'm trying to remember that dude's name. I was like Googling it. Wait a second, Intel's not releasing a new Battle Mage chip? Or a card? What? Wait, hold on, what? That's weird. Wait, is that right? I guess we gotta watch it now. But what the fuck? Wait, is that real? Why would they not release a GPU right now for the desktop? Am I fucking stupid? Dude, how is this not cash money for Intel? Oh my god. Oh my god. AMD is doing the same thing. Are they going to produce existing lined cards, AMD? Huh. Took up bread baking as a hobby? That's so sick. I like that paradigm.
And now with vibe coding.
Did he just unironically say vibe coding?
And this isn't marketing speak.
Okay, this is a good start. See you later. Intel got on the stage at the Consumer Electronics Show 2026 today to take back the performance crown from competitor AMD and from part-time competitor, full-time sugar daddy, NVIDIA. Get out there, Intel. Give them hell.
Graphics at Intel is an interesting history. Lacking in key features, driver support, and frankly, performance.
Okay, not the strongest opener, but maybe he's cooking.
And so today,
I'm getting a sense of dread from within right now. What's wild is like I feel so, in a way, insulated against this because I don't need new hardware. I have backup hardware at this point. I don't want to play games with high graphics. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'll be able to, whatever, survive the but it's just really bothering me because, like, you know, we're still in that exciting phase of computer gaming where it hasn't been squashed out yet. And the concept of like a newbie coming up as a youngster and like trying to build a PC, it's like, it's almost heartbreaking that like this style of gaming will be largely attacked by rent-seeking actors, if it's not already, you know? But I suppose that's how things are when you have a system set up in these ways.
we are very proud to announce the next generation integrated GPU we've been referring to as 12xe, but the world will know as Intel Arc B390 graphics.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a desktop
yeah.
either.
Mobile graphics,
Maybe
baby.
He's got somewhere he's going.
Westerners love
Today,
mobile games.
We're excited to confirm that the new Arc graphics
Look
in
at
Panther
this.
Lake will be the first integrated graphics ever to ship day one.
Go back on his face.
AI-based
Go back to his face. I dare you.
generation,
I dare you. Go back to his
delivering
face.
3 AI-generated frames.
I'm about to be
for every
ableist as
one rendered
fuck.
frame.
Look at his Steve Huffman looking ass. Bro, don't you have a website to fucking immediately shitify and go public with and just suck the soul out of? Look at you. You look just like fucking Reddit, bro. Same exact vibes. I hate this man. Anyway, sorry.
Please clap.
That's right.
Yo, he hit him with the jet push. Oh my god, I say please clap daily, bro.
Intel is the first one in 2026.
He hit him with the
to
jab
announce
bush. I can't believe that. Run it back, please.
Frame.
Please clap.
That's right. Intel is the first one in 2026 to announce multi-frame
I remember that
generation
moment.
for X. No, wait, that's not.
The moment Jeb
It's the
Bush
first
went
one
from
to have
legacy to zero
multi-frame
chance.
generation on integrated graphics on day one shipping. There's the more qualifiers you add, the more good it is. But Intel hasn't forgotten about gaming. In fact, it hasn't forgotten about gaming so much that it's working with Saudi Arabia PIF and Jared Kushner investment EA Games to integrate MFG 4X.
As we turn on multi-frame generation in the driver,
Dude saw
can
Steve
see that we
Huffman.
can
He's like, I
scale
want to
to
look
an
like that
incredibly
guy.
smooth
I'm not even,
experience.
fuck you guys. We're Steve Huffman. You guys know the CEO of Reddit? This is bro man. This is dude man. This is him. Same vibes. Same fucking guy. They make him in fucking labs. Okay? These aren't real people. Alright, they're real people.
over
I
120
don't like
frames
them,
per
though.
second, and nearly 3 times faster than AMD.
Get
Wait,
real hair
wait.
like mine.
Bring that chart back up. Zoom. Enhance. No, wait, don't enhance that much. Okay, that's good. Intel is pulling at NVIDIA. These motherfuckers. That is not how that works. Been saying this for like a year now.
So let me attempt to do some math.
Intel is putting 2 types of frame generation on the same chart and pretending that it means fucking anything. This is exactly what NVIDIA did last year, and it's just as bad now when Intel does it as when NVIDIA did it last time. We might as well just type in a frame rate number into a calculator and then hit X and then hit some other number to make that bigger than the number that
Chat, quick quiz time. I'm sorry, quiz time. How do you stop a company from doing this? Essentially taking two metrics and intentionally conflating them to deceive the consumer. How does one or one's group of people or society or government, how does what stops this? Do we have to go knock on their door and tell them to stop? Or what stops this? What exactly would stop this from happening in a perfect world? Pikes? Well, no. I mean, sure, I guess. But, you know, within the systems most people here would subscribe to. I'm looking for a word that starts with an R. Have the public shit on them all year. It's called regulation. It's called regulation. The government that you chose, or whatever you call it, whatever your system you believe in, they regulate companies. And if they do this, you find them, or literally, if you're bad enough and you fuck users hard enough, you just take the company from them. Because swear to God, I swear to God, consumers, the people that buy the products, are more important than the company and the shareholders. That's the truth. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. You regulate these motherfuckers. You regulate them.
And it also completely ignores the fact that image quality isn't even the same. It is not comparable to randomly multiply the actual frame rate by some number.
Yeah, I'm American. I'm from the US, so it's a little different elsewhere.
Chart next to another number, multiplied by a different multiplier with a different image at the end of it. You are comparing two different looking games. The point is, it's not comparable. I mean, at this point, they might as well be running like a 1080 Ti at 40 FPS. Put that on the charts too, and then run Lost of the Scaling.
Konami was talking about a fish.
And you get 800 FPS, and now it's the best one, right? I mean, that's how we're comparing it. We're just gonna multiply stuff at random, completely.
Yeah, advertising laws, right?
Ignore all their factors. We might as well just do that. But there's good news.
Respectfully, as funny as that is, respectfully, I don't let that word go. But no hard feelings. Wait until you hear about the AI company Capital Loops.
You can still say the keynote.
There's no way.
Something. Give us anything, like a handheld gaming device.
So today we're excited to share with you that we will be launching an entire handheld gaming platform with Panther Lake. And we'll have more news to share on that from our hardware and software partners later this year. I hope you stay tuned. Thank you so much.
I didn't hear a single clap in that whole keynote, dude. I've personally given speeches to like groups of students as part of university and gotten more claps than that shit. That's pathetic. Imagine revealing a product and like nobody at your like shilled out little fucking convention is even excited for it. Feels bad, man. Anyway, it's not like I'm hoping that that man personally suffers, but if he was uncomfortable in that moment, that does actually sustain me.
Was that it? Was that was the whole announcement?
So now let's turn our attention to AI.
No! No! We brought you this video with our brand new limited edition Disappointment Tour PC Build t-shirt on store.gamersnexus.net, recapping all of the worst hardware.
I'm so exhausted by handheld platforms. Yeah, in the West, it's not really our thing, right? Generally speaking. Is that fair to say? I mean, sure, in the East, it's totally different, but here, it's like most people don't care for it so much. Make sure to buy your shirts, guys.
Disappointment Tour t-shirt for 2025. Intel's keynote opened CES 2026 with the Intel CEO and man who was running Cadence at the time it was convicted of unlawfully exporting chip design tools, Lip-Bu Tan. And he said the quiet part out loud.
This announcement will representing the next evolution of the PC.
This is my guy. Him. This is my favorite guy now.
Will representing the next evolution.
I like this guy the most now. I forget who the other people are. This is my new friend. Does dude even know where he is? Is he reading a teleprompter or just like going off what comes to mind?
Of the PC.
Don't worry, Lip-Bu. Everyone here already resents the
probably high as hell
of the PC. But he started the keynote with some good news.
I mean, I can respect him for that.
Intel has fulfilled its legal obligations.
I'm pleased to share that we have delivered our commitment on shipping our first 18A products by the end of 2025.
That's right. Checkmate. investor lawyers, Intel started CES 2026 with fresh news from 2025, which is not at all related to its plans to.
What is this
probably
convention
thank the government
called?
For more money.
Consumer Electronics Show. So Intel has a booth at a Consumer Electronics Show convention. Oh my god. You can only imagine that the people that are in the crowd are like family members of the people that have to present, because who the fuck's excited about this enough to show up? Imagine driving your car there.
This year. Now, Intel's keynote mostly involved the usual executive circle jerk, where they call all of their friend executives onto the stage and talk about how great they are and how much they love their partnership, where the revolving door of suits comes through the stage at the Consumer Electronics Show to talk about their B2B partnerships. Now, this did yield some actual news, technically. For example, it re-announced its Panther Lake laptops that it announced last year, now with a detailed spec sheet. Technically, it also said it has a handheld for like 5 seconds, and it also has a new Arc GPU for laptops, but not for desktops. There's no B770 at the show, no discrete desktop GPU, no desktop CPUs, but maybe Intel
Got you,
has
Scotch.
a one
I
more
got
thing
you.
moment.
So it's been good in the
last minute of
past.
the
It's just
trade show
sad
where
now. Okay.
Reserved off stage somewhere.
My bad.
They've got a B770 hidden, just waiting for the talking heads to pause and grab it to get thunderous applause from the audience, right?
For those of you in person,
Here we go.
hang tight. I have another. Do I have it up here? Oh, I don't have it up here.
Fucking Carrot Top over here getting props. What is happening?
Okay, look,
Nick
but
King.
he did kind of like lead us on there, so you can't really blame me for having the hope the Consumer Electronics Show would have consumer news. Anyway, they said some other stuff that we can talk about. For example, they did announce that there was a whole lot of
AI.
AI. Old MacDonald had AI.
Because that way users can really trust the product and use and have privacy guarantees. So,
but there is something else useful that came out of this, which is that Intel said the other quiet part
This
out
is
loud.
really
That's
funny.
Right. Intel admitted that AI isn't
This is good
about
content, but
advancing
not for the reason they
technology
thought.
or innovation or doing good things for people or humanity or advancing consumer functions on computing devices in any way. No, instead, the reason is investment.
And we're taking the same approach on the edge as we do with the AI PC. Establish a large footprint of leadership hardware that activates investments.
Leadership hardware. I guarantee you, if given an Iron Maiden and enough time, I could get this man to admit that he has no idea what that means. Now, I would never do it because that would be terrible. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, this man doesn't know what that means, and there's absolutely nothing that you could do to compel him to actually define that term. There's no mortal threat that will get him to spill the beans. He will eventually make up some insane meaning for it that convinces you otherwise. But rest assured, leadership hardware, that doesn't mean anything. I don't care. I don't care if you give me a real definition. I don't want to fucking hear it. That's not a real concept.
In applications by our software partners.
You gotta keep the circular flow of money circularly flowing. Intel's actual news
AI wrote the presentation.
Is primarily about Panther Lake. Again, the Panther Lake SoCs or CPUs are what it announced in late 2025. And Intel focused on its Core Ultra 3 series of SoCs, which it says that nobody buys.
We've also consolidated all the IOs onto a single chip. This was a big ask by our customers' design teams because they want to take Series 3 and expand its capabilities and its market coverage. But people don't buy it.
Dude, the pauses for claps or whatever the fuck's happening with this presentation are beautiful. Truly peak theater.
SoCs, and we know that.
At least Intel gave more specs detail this time than it did
I
previously.
bet this convention
Over
used to
that,
be fun.
Desperate for anything
It's not
here.
fun anymore.
Panther Lake mobile devices will begin shipping on January 27th, with the handheld gaming systems coming later in the year. As a reminder, Intel changed its naming scheme to be less confusing recently, which is why they've announced the Intel Core Ultra X9 388H, the Ultra Non-X9 386H, the Ultra X7 368H, the Non-X7 366H, and other easy-to-remember names like the Core Ultra 5 322.
That's so
the
good.
Intel Arc
That's
B390
so good.
ships alongside these, and the B390 isn't a discrete desktop GPU in the Intel BattleMage series, but a mobile part. Total core count, mixing core types, is 16 for the X9
This is
388H
funny.
with a 5.1 gigahertz max advertised P-core boost frequency, 18 megabytes of cache, and then
That's
12
crazy,
XE cores
Scotch.
for the B390 GPU solution. Max advertised GPU boost is 2500 megahertz. Maximum turbo is listed at 65 watts and 80 watts. The 386H gets rid of the B390 and just uses Intel graphics, as they call it.
I
at
need
4X
chapters so bad. I can't listen to this.
5 watts, so ISO power, and a first-party benchmark chart. Obviously, these need independent validation, but Intel claims that its new solution is 76% faster on average, but the benchmark is running at 1080p high with 2x upscaling, which needlessly muddies the comparison. Unfortunately, this chart is of limited usefulness. Intel is also claiming up to 27 hours battery life, with the footnote defined as, quote, Netflix streaming with an X9 388H, end quote, in the idea pad. And they were running Netflix at 1080p. This claim...
Guys, I'm not fucking around anymore. If you talk to me long enough, you'll understand. I'm not a doomer. Not a doomer. But I'll tell you this. Start, if you don't already do it, start having some pride in your computer hardware. The same way our fucking, you know, our generations and older had kind of pride in their cars. Start doing that with your computer, because I swear to God, it's going to get worse. Even when the bubble pops, just wait. Just wait. There's going to be new things that fuck us before you know it. Get a system, learn how it works. You don't even have to switch to Linux. Fuck it, just do your thing. Whatever you want to do. Learn how it works. Take care of your hardware. Buy backups on sale, and like have like don't prep, don't have a stash full of stuff, but understand that like this is gonna get worse. Don't wait for the bubble to pop to buy hardware. It's gonna get worse, right? Stop playing games that are like literally so demanding that like stop doing 4K 900,000 FPS. Like find something that's like actually reasonable, and just like that's your computer for like your life. There's no shame in that. That's kind of what I'm doing with this thing. I'm gonna like keep this fucker alive. If I ever upgrade the motherboard, like it's gonna be, I'm gonna keep this motherboard, you know? I just hate this shit. I'm not gonna be coy and think that people are gonna stop buying it. Of course they will. It will continue to buy, but like I'm no longer interested in even like the secondary market in any hardware. Fuck that. I'm just gonna make do with what I got, straight up. I'll trade with other real people and like do small stuff, but no shot. I'm done buying these types of things. Like, this is just too far gone for me.
Obviously depends on the battery and the rest of the laptop. Intel also briefly re-talked about
1060, hell yeah.
again,
This is 2060.
this time calling the upscaling solution, quote, modern rendering, end quote, which seems like a stretch, but I guess seems about in line with the direction we're going with NVIDIA, where they're referring to rendering graphics and video.
All right, I'll spare you the continued doomerism. Somebody asked, how am I staying still with the rats not hitting me? Yeah, so this is basically called speed tanking. You can see them shooting me, but I'm moving so fast they can't actually hit me. Isn't that funny? It's kind of hard to describe to a new player, but we're using hit chance mechanics to basically make ourselves effectively immune to these things under controlled conditions. Jedi huffing. Yeah, Jedi huffing is the moniker that refers to speed tanking while scooping gas. Usually you see me do something called spinning. You would know it as kiting, maybe. This is a very quite difficult to wrap your head around technique when you're new to the game, or even a mid-game player. A lot of vets don't even understand hit chance. Being bartered left and right. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I made a video on my YouTube. I don't know if you like watching videos, but you can go watch a video called Demystifying Wormhole Gas. It talks about some of the entry-level techniques for how we get going under these circumstances. We don't really talk about speed tanking there, but you don't really need to learn this for a long time, in my opinion. Let's wind down the gas, yeah. You need a 1700 X3D. Yeah, the X3Ds are insane. If you have one, baby that fucker. Undervolt your shit, folks. There's no reason to push it to the limit when the market's insane. It's the same thing for like, you know, beef and fucking dairy and cars. Everything was so cheap for so long in my country that everybody just got used to going big on it. It's the same thing. You can't subsidize this shite forever. It's gonna have market effects. It's gonna have effects on people's lives. Same thing with computer parts now, apparently. Much to our collective chagrin. Nothing we can do about it. That's why I'm saying take care of your parts. Don't upgrade every year. Just have some pride in what you got. Perfect timing for it. I'm gonna warp this guy back to go get the depot, and these guys are gonna go through and fuck off. Beef is so fucked. What the fuck? Yeah, there ain't no way you're gonna convince anybody that understands money that beef is a subsidy worth having. It's a taste thing, I guess, is what it comes down to. People will pay any cost for it.
Connecting.
The subsidies on beef is like utterly absurd in my country. I won't speak to yours. Let's grab this depot real fast. Stop boosting. We'll reload and we'll go tally our gas up. Show you what we got. And then we'll goof around for a bit longer and wind the stream down. Go give my girlfriend some attention. Maybe she's playing Stardew. I have no idea. Oh no, they're shooting me. You got like a while to get off grid, by the way, because battleships still have to lock you, even if they're rats, you know what I mean? The boat bubble is popping from pandemic already? Yeah? Interesting. I had no idea there was a boat bubble. I guess I knew there was a vehicle bubble. That's true. Never thought about the boat side. Boats seem silly to own, but you know, I never lived on water. I never had that itch to scratch. I bet if I was raised differently, I might have it. Alright, nerdlets. Let me hide the screen real quick. We'll listen to some tunes, yeah? We'll move some stuffs around. Like you know we should. Like you knew I would. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Right? Come on, chat. Sing it with me. Why'd she have to go? I don't know. She wouldn't say. Sing the song. Sing the song. I've been having so much fun playing Divinity 2, guys. That game is literally unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. It's everything I said about Baldur's Gate, that times 2. It's unbelievable. Baldur's Gate feels generic compared to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's crazy. Now, generic is good if you're playing with normies or just trying to take it slow and enjoy the basic mechanics, but like, damn, there's something special about Divinity to me. Also, I owe you guys a billion S. Don't let me forget. Did you watch the movie yesterday? Which movie? Sorry?
Connecting.
What the fuck are we talking about? Totally just forgot about whatever we were talking about. Yesterday. Oh, is a movie called Yesterday? No. Yeah? 2 steaks for $50 is insane right now. Yeah, no doubt. Cows are like, finally, some goddamn respect. The cheap beef isn't even domestic. What's the movie about yesterday? Someone says you move fast enough, nothing can hit you. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, but right there, those rats had a 1 in 2.5 billion chance to hit me, which is really low. They only attack once every 5 seconds, right? This guy wakes up in a world where the Beatles don't exist, but he remembers the lyrics and writes the song. That's crazy. That's crazy. Little darling, it's been a long, long, lonely winter, right? You write that, you're like, money, money, please. Give me one money, please. I'll be taking that money. I'm a pop star. Good movie, definitely worth a watch, yeah? Alright, I'm gonna put that in the burner there. First movie rec in a while that hasn't made me roll my eyes because of my own inhibitions. Respect. Just winding things down here now. Right now, it's a good time to be fly on the wall. So we mined 986 million worth of gas today. Now I left a bunch in there still, and that's the estimated. So that's compressed. I don't know what the decompressed is. So we'll round up to 1 billion before I got bored. That's fair. Not bad. Not bad. What's Jack the Needle doing? What's Young Boy doing? Wasn't that loosely the concept of Hot Tub Time Machine 2? I feel like there was a joke about this movie at one point. Is this an inside joke? I don't remember. Oh, fuck. I feel like I'm being set up right now. Every night between 9:30 and 10:30 I get constant disconnects. Yeah, brother. Before we met each other, Niz, and you came to my chat, I had like a year-long struggle with my ISP. I'd be dropping packets so regularly it made streaming impossible. Ended up being literally damaged hardware in my neighborhood, which is pretty crazy. It took a tremendous amount of effort to get it fixed. But now I can stream, so I'm actually happy I went through that and stuck with it and didn't give up. Although I did give up, to be fair. I stopped. I was like, fuck this. Aye. Let's log on young Yaki Poo. We'll watch some more Gamers Nexus later. I'm not really in the mood to Doom, I guess. Someone wrote a wormhole manifesto on Twitch. What the fuck does that mean? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so you guys did a hype train earlier, and I explained to you that I don't want it to actually pop off, and you were all well-behaved, and only a few people defied me and subbed. So your prize is 1 billion-esque. That's right. 1 billion. Now, do we give that in ISK? Do we give that in Plex? Do we give that in ships? Thoughts? Prayers? ISK. Someone says ISK. Interesting. Very interesting. 1 billion Plex. Oh there, Scotty. Calm down now, young man. Mr. Green Boy. Someone says baklava. I already ate all mine. My girlfriend has hers left, though. I could steal it, technically. I am bigger than her. I could win the fight. Exotic Dancers skins. Plex. Fado Plex. Interesting. How much Plex is 1 billion-esque? Exotic Dancers. Y'all love your strippers, don't you? I also respect sex workers, even though I couldn't do it personally. I couldn't do it. I don't have it in me. Where's the location? Oh, there's no location here because Plex is global. Forgot about that. So let's increase this number until it hits 1 billion-esque. Fucking motherfucker. Sorry, that was really rude of me to say that. Sorry to the moms out there. Alright, what do we got? 200 Plex? Alright, 200 Plex is what we got. 200 Plex. God damn, dude. That's almost the bill. Roger the Bob. Good to see you. Got a link for what specs I should use moving forward then. I'm not a technical guy, so using the specs for Baldur's Gate 3 is a very expectable set of specs. Shame for picking up EVE Online. Yeah. So, Roger the Bob, how are you, buddy? Sorry for missing your chat. I'm barely even paying attention to anything today. So the idea is EVE with one account on moderate graphics is extremely trivial to run for most hardware. Now, playing many accounts at once with high graphics requires some special thought. You do not need powerful hardware to play EVE. You do not need powerful hardware to play EVE. You do not need powerful hardware to play EVE. I'll say it again. You do not need powerful hardware to play EVE. Why am I saying this? Because some people go out and buy $8,000 computers for EVE, and I think that's stupid. Sorry. I shouldn't be calling others stupid because I am intellectually challenged myself. But the point is, unless you're playing a game that demands it, or you have a workstation, or you have literally money to burn, don't do that. EVE is actually pretty undemanding. Lord Warlock. Well, I feel like he's in his own world. I'm not even. He's like an outlier that you don't even put into the data, Dwayne. You know what I mean? 8K in RAM alone right now. If you can run PG3, you can multi-box EVE, no problem. I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say. But Eve is such a weird game because you're not just running one client. Some people run more than one. That's where it gets weird. All right, so let's do this. 200 Plex giveaway. How should I give this away? Just a normal raffle? I don't understand it. You need more power in your processor than graphics to multi-box. Is that true? You know, it's a big topic, and we talk about it a lot in the Linux Discord. But the truth is that if you have enough VRAM on your graphics card to handle like multiple accounts just being stashed there, you're probably going to be fine. You don't even need like a super strong graphics card. You just need a lot of VRAM on the graphics card to really multi-box. And the truth is, yeah, you also do need a strong processor to multi-box, but it's not as important as having a number one, a decent graphics card in the first place and having a lot of RAM on that graphics card. Noah says you upgraded to 5000. Wait, you just bought a 5000 X3D, Noah? What? What? This is like the godliest fucking CPU, bro. What? Yo, this is my homie. If you guys don't know him, he fixes my car and he's a good guy all around. Dude, what? Bro, can I ask how much that was? I know this is terrible, but like this is hella in demand right now. Yeah, right? This is like a fucking $600 fucking old ass chip that still is godly. 450? No, it's still monetized. 7800. Yeah, the 5800 stands out as an old one that somehow was ahead of its time. All of the X3D are quite useful. But I'm going to be real. You can also get other graphics cards with a lot of VRAM on them too. The X3D ones are just quite nice, especially for what we do here in Eve. Yeah, this is a godly fucking CPU, bro. This is a CPU you should hold on to for life. I aspire to buy one or potentially a 78 or a 9800 X3D. Now, you should understand what this means. Now, I don't fully understand it. I'm going to look into all the details, but essentially it's more cash on the card. It was my understanding. Can you even buy them new anymore? I don't think so, no. I'm staying ARM4 for a hot minute. Yeah, exactly. I think this is so smart. Damn, I didn't know you know so much about this now. I knew you were talking about doing an upgrade, but what the hell? 7900X? I mean, I have a 6800 XT, right? How much VRAM does this have on it? Check e-waste depots? It's really the VRAM on the card that kind of is super nice for multi-boxing, but I just got to be clear here. Like, you probably don't need that much. I was running on a NVIDIA 2060 for all of a Nomad Tail, all 4 accounts, recording, streaming, the whole time. This is a card I bought from a viewer, also an ex-admin on the Evil Linux Discord, named Taravin, good guy. He sold me this for cheap because he beat the shit out of it with LLMs. And it has an issue that one of the junctions gets too hot and shuts the card off. So this thing overheats faster than normal, but I don't ever bring the temperature up, so it's perfect for me. Your card's a 6650 XT? Nice. Yeah, you probably, I don't know if you can check how much VRAM that has, but you probably don't have to upgrade that for a minute, man. And like, I don't know if you just got here, Noah, but we were talking about hardware earlier and how like upgrading is like, as a hobby, is like dying. There's a bulge problem with the 60 series? What do you mean? Oh, okay. I mean, my 2060 sagged a bit, but I don't think that's what you mean. I don't know what a bulge problem is. What's a bulge problem? Is that like a gay guy thing? I love that. I miss when my chat was like 50% gay. Now it's like 10% gay. It was way more fun and zestier with all the gay guys. I'm just being real. I guess I no longer appeal to them because I say I have a girlfriend now. Damn. I'm just teasing, by the way. I like my straight homies as well. Redno, my 1060. Love it. 9 years of service. Guys, hold on to your fucking cards. You're gonna want them. This shit's getting worse before it gets better. All right, let's just do a standard Discord giveaway for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna post a Discord link. You just go there, go to the giveaway channel. Wow, I'm just showing DMs right now. Sorry. Dank. Dank. Anyway. All right, so here's the link. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I'm gonna put this in YouTube as well. Guys, go to that Discord link. Go to the giveaways channel, and then make sure to drop a poop emote on this. Make sure to drop a poop emote, and then click on the present here. You don't actually have to drop the poop emote, but it's customary to drop it. So if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, I was really quick with the poo. I always have an advantage because I know when I'm going to start it. So in 5 minutes, I'm going to go 200 plex. We'll wind this down. We'll have a wonderful day. I probably won't watch too much more, but I feel like I almost want to have like, I almost want to watch like some old school stand up on stream every once in a while as like a mini theme. Kirby says, I said, yeah, I know. I literally flashbanged his fucking OPSEC shit right into the stream. I wish I could get into raffles, but against my religion and the elder Amish in my community would make me milk the bull again. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I fuck with the Amish hard style. They're awesome. They would beat you into a pulp if you entered this giveaway. They would. It's true. Ball says, I've been lurking while I draw and delurk to click on the giveaway. Bro, that's better than the people that don't even come to the stream and click it. Remember that Rizio character? She won one time by clicking the present, not even on the stream. Like, that's crazy. How dare you? Have you ever watched the Omega Gold Whaler video? Nope. How's that? How are you on the internet? Don't you ask questions around here. This is a no question ask and stream, fool. Or a Bright with a follow. Hey, welcome. Guys, fun stream today. You did so many giveaways, never won one? Really? I've done so many giveaways as well, never won a single one of my own. It's crazy. I do tend to rig the giveaways as often as possible, though. That is a fact. Can I request someone else be put in charge of OPSEC for... Yes, you may. No, your request is denied, but your intentions are noted. That's incredible. He's yelling at me as a courtmate because I'm showing his DMs on my fucking stream. So good. Not winning is the best. That's true. I've heard that. I wouldn't know anything about it though, because all I fucking do is win, no matter what. I've got winning on my mind. I can never win enough. Good luck, everybody. Got a couple minutes left to enter. Just wanted to come on and stream a little bit. I enjoy streaming so much. Procrastinating, editing. Sorry for the clumsy writing. Changing keyboard layouts is painful. What language do you speak? 10 toes is I'm standing on business. Holy shit. Chat just got real hard all of a sudden. Whew. I'm not gully enough to fuck with Subcat when he's talking like that. Does your server have a tag? My server. No. You mean the little thing? No. I don't even know what that is. Is that from Boosts? My server is literally just a place for me to do giveaways and send off alerts and like yell at Viri. That's about it. I would love to get some people running some community events on my server one day. Maybe we can make that a goal in 2026. It'd be kind of nice to have like chatters do fleets out of my Discord, like bank robbing meetup. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, what about like a bank robbing meetup place? That'd be kind of cool. Chatters could just show up and like grab a partner and go out and fuck shit up. That'd be cool. I won the very first time I tuned in. Did you? That is kind of rigged. Guys, 58 seconds on 200 plex. God damn. Guest streams where we temporarily stream for a day? From my perspective, that sounds incredibly fun, but I have a feeling that would be painful to watch depending on the actual chatter's personality. Not to, you know, not to like be rude, but I bet some of y'all would be like, hello, my name's Scotty. Cooking stream? I totally agree with that. You know, the truth is that most of y'all tune in for the banter, the mechanical vocals, and the Eve backdrop. So that's not going anywhere anytime soon. If we do a cooking stream, it'll be with Eve in the damn background. Who wins it? Kiro. Holy smokes, Kiro. Congratulations. I'm going to DM you now. Here's what you do. You just got to tell me your in-game name in DMs. If you missed it yesterday, I gave out a fucking Baba Roga and an Odysseus because chat hype trained my ass to like level 9. Another Twitch winner. Well, to be fair, like I get like 10 viewers on YouTube, you know, compared to Twitch where it's like, you know, I regularly have about 8,000 viewers over here, you know. Don't fact check that. Congratulations. Wow, we love that. Oh, this person says, love the streams and Nomad series. You know what I found out? That my paranoia over people doing bot farms for alts, for prizes, is largely unfounded. Most people don't bother. I think they target the streamers that give the most stuff. If you're just a small dude like me, nobody cares. Inida, thank you so much for the kind words. Have a wonderful evening or day or whatever the hell time zone it is. Congratulations. Definitely on the shorter side of streams, but you know what? That's okay. And before marble streamer, I've never done marbles. I won't do it. I won't do it. I'm gonna go my own way at this point, chatters, but you're welcome to hit me up on Discord. I'm gonna make sure to spoil some more corp secrets for Gravy. Y'all know what it is, but just want to say I had a good time today. It was fun. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for encouraging me. And thank you for being yourselves around here. I think what really helps you, Cloro, is you don't have a regular schedule. That helps me. That does help me. What do you mean, though? Congrats or whatever. I'm happy for you, I guess. The ellipses sell it. Helps you avoid the bots. That's fair. Yeah. Yo, Stir-Fry, Dan, D-Bars, everybody else on YouTube, Roger, South Bay Gladiator. What's up, dude? I didn't even notice you were there. Have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. And stay frosty. You know what it is.